1 2 1 2. Peace, man. I think we live. Had some last minute technicals. I don't know what be going on with this little YouTube platform, but guess they got it in for me now. Peace though. Campaign show live Tuesday, April 15th. Welcome. Um, Today we're gonna be getting into Snoop Dogg's dropping a new gospel album. I think on the 27th, April 27th, if I'm not mistaken. We're going to check out what he had to say about that. Get y'all's thoughts on that. Also, I saw some little video of Lil Nas X that's in the hospital. I don't know if it's cap. I don't know if it's, I don't know, but it's looking like he having some kind of issues with his face, saying that half of his face, like, it seemed like it's like a stroke or something. I don't know. But he laughing about it, so I don't know if it's true, it's cap, it's serious or not. Also, I wanted to look a little deeper into this Blue Origin space flight with all of these 6 women on there, Gail King and Jeff Bezos' woman, and 4 other women of various ethnicities, various racial backgrounds, and try to get y'all's take on what y'all think the motivation is behind that, because I'm definitely curious myself. Man, I forgot to put this up. Hold on 1 second. Hang on 1 second, y'all. Give me 1 second. You're right. I mean, I'm here. I ain't going nowhere. Just hang with me for a brief second while I take care of some. Telling you, man, these last minute YouTube BS they putting me through. They doing something. Okay, hopefully that'll do it. Anyway, so yeah, we're gonna listen to this. Check out Snoop.
Good afternoon, loved ones. April 27th, I'm dropping a gospel album on Death Row Records. It's called Altar Call.
I thank the Lord for redeeming me.
It's called Altar Call. That's a picture of his mom, late mom. May Allah be pleased with her. Because I think she was into, I know Dad's mother was into gospel, was a gospel singer. So this is, I think, inspired by his mom. It says Death Row Records presents Altar Call. This looks like the track listing.
Yeah, you heard it first. A gospel album. April 27th. God is good.
God is good. A gospel album. Another one. I think this is the second gospel album. Say God is good. Won't he do it?
Won't he do it?
Won't he do it? Won't he do it? Won't he do it? Won't he do it? Won't he do it?
Yeah, so I want to get y'all's thoughts on this. We can look at the track list, track sheet. Shouts out to Snoop if if nothing else. Says number 1 is Mother, I Miss You. I'm just gonna go through them real quick. Mother, I Miss You. 2 is No Backsliding. 3 is You Can Win. 4 is Redeemed. 5 is Ready, Willing, and Able. 6 is Been Good to Me. 7, Won't He Do It, with Jazzy Faye. I never recognize Jazzy Faye voice. 8 is Grandma's Hands with Jamie Foxx. 9 is Help Me Jesus. 10 is Just Believe. 11 is Grace and Mercy. 12 is Like I Know God. 13 is Brand New. 14 is Call His Name. 15, A Still Mind. 16, Never Failed Me Yet. 17 is called Yes. 18 is called Good Day. 19 is called Done. 20 is called He Is God. And the last one is called Make Time. And this is musical directors Charlie B. Real or Bereal, Michael B. Real, and Bennett Pazinger. And that's the Golgotha Trinity Baptist Church. I would like to hear what y'all's thoughts are on that, about him. What is the vibe y'all get? What is the motivation, the inspiration behind that at this point? That's you never can go wrong if you're really sincere. But if we religious pimping, if we're using it to shield our own dirty unaccountability, dirty practices or whatever, then that's grace is over for that. And I'm here to warn you. Hopefully it's sincere. I pray it's sincere. If it's not, then final warning, grace is over. You will not recover. But yeah, that's just something, of course, that's going to get my attention, get my antennas all the way up, because you speak in God. And, of course, we want to know who the real God is, the real Jesus, the real faith, the real, all that good stuff. We want the real, we want the truth. So we'll see if we tapped in or if we playing. Abdul Perez, salute. Salute Dave Lartigue, salute. Say, you never been a gospel listener? Yeah, I have. I love gospel music. I love soul. I mean, most of the R&B and soul artists that you hear started in church. That's why they got so much soul. That's called gospel soul. They just turned it into some secular, love song type music. But all that came out of church, out of slavery, the slave experience, singing about God. Salute Ahmad Jabril, salute Mr. Lambo, Elmatic, salute. Man, I just gotta see. I got a screenshot that. I just got a text message from Tazariot. Well, I guess I had it earlier, but I just now seen it. So I'll tell y'all about that in a second. But yeah, Altar Call is Death Row Records introducing Death Row Mass Choir. The Death Row Mass Choir. I don't know if I agree with that. Don't sound right to me. Let me know what y'all think. The Death Row Mass Choir. Do that really go together? I can see if it was the Life Row or the Redeemed Row or the Transitional or the but the Death Row album, gospel album, I don't know about that one. I'm just telling you what my little vibe is. My little spider sense is tingling when it comes to that, putting those two things together. Salute Madon, salute Elmatic. I had no choice but to listen to gospel music, being that I grew up in North Carolina. Yep, and my stepfather taught Bible study. Yeah, man. So if we was born, if you were descendant of slaves, most likely you was listening to gospel. Not because you chose to. I don't necessarily choose to listen to gospel, but when I hear it, I'm not mad at it. It just it gotta sound good. It can't be, just the dogma. You gotta be really blowing or really saying something. Otherwise it's just fairy tale. You singing Christmas carols or something. You singing Walt Disney fairy tale songs. You got to be singing some real stuff and singing with real talent for me to really listen to it. Devon Cutmore says it sounds evil. Death Row Gospel sounds. Death Row Gospel sounds kind of. He says it sounds evil, huh? Man. Righteous by nature, salute. Yeah, hit the like button, man. Y'all hit the like button, man. Let's talk about this. This is just the first subject on today's or tonight's lineup. Snoop Dogg's new gospel album. Y'all know I've been pretty critical of my bro within the past year. This past few half a year or whatnot. So hopefully, as long as we breathing, we can be redeemed. But if we playing, we playing with God. This, it's not tolerated. The grace for playing with God is over with. So if you playing, then I just saw him on my brother Joshua, the People's Podcast. Y'all find that on YouTube, the People's Podcast by my brother Joshua Muhammad. And I saw brother my bro Aziz, used to be General James, that did a lot of security for Snoop on the road doing years ago. And I seen him and Snoop. Snoop was on there briefly, so I guess they was kind of backing each other up or trying to show a demonstration of something. So hopefully it's not playing. Hopefully it's not playing. God don't care nothing about that today. God is not happy. I'm talking about the real God, whatever name you call him, whatever name you know him by. This is the wrath. This is the wrath and the end of grace time. So if we playing, we gonna see quickly what it is and what it ain't. Elmatic, didn't Snoop do a gospel album already? Yeah, he did a gospel album before. He did a reggae album, Snoop Lion. And yeah. So, but I guess this one is inspired. Like I said, I saw his mother, picture of his mother. So certainly it's inspired by the passing of his mother. May Allah be pleased with her. And it's probably also inspired by whatever else is going on in his family life, his daughters, his children, his grandchildren, his marriage, whatever's going on in the world, homies and stuff that we see going on YouTube, all kind of madness and drama. So yeah, God, let's hope it's not, let's hope it's real. Ben Frank, salute. Abdul Perez said, I hope he ain't playing. He'll be stranded on death row for real. He'll be stranded on hell row. Hell hole for real. Hell on earth. I ain't talking about after you die. This is not the time to play. So hopefully he ain't playing. Majid Muhammad, once he bought Death Row, he should have changed the name of it if he's trying to represent something or someone positive. I agree with that, especially if you have that kind of influence, if you have the money, the influence, the resources or whatever, whether it came through Harry O or whatever, because you hear Suge, that's what I'm saying, this YouTube calls from Suge and all the drama that's going on, all the mess and, lawsuits and Lydia Harris, Harry O's ex-wife, you know what I'm saying? All kind of stuff that's going on regarding the lawyers and all kind of stuff on death row. And, you can find it all over YouTube. So if you was really, I agree with that sentiment, Majid, that either start a whole new company and call it, paroled or something, redeemed row or something, you know what I'm saying? Or found innocent, whatever, some kind of word instead of death row. Death row is absolutely not what you want to be promoting, especially if you didn't create it. If Suge is the one that created that, you need to leave that to Suge. You need to give Suge what's his brainchild, what belongs to him. I don't care what records that you made on that record label or on death row. That's his brainchild. So to me, I don't know if the motivation is correct behind trying to hold on death row. To me, it seems like it's a branding money play. It's a money play, a branding, trying to continue to brand it and continue to get money or make money off of that concept, which I personally, of course, don't agree with. That's why I never signed over there. That was one of the main reasons, because Suge, me and Suge was cool. Me and Big Jake was cool. Me and K-Dub, a lot of people that was over there was all cool. He used to always, tell me, come on, man, come on home to the road, Cam. Come on home to the road. Come home to the road, nigga. Death row ain't my home. I'm over here with the Salvation Army. I'm over here Resurrection. You change that name to Resurrection Row or something, I might rock with y'all. I ain't finna do no records. I'm NOI Farrakhan Muslim and I'm on death row. No, sir. No, sir. So that's one of my main reasons not messing with that. So to see that, you trying to oil and water it still today and trying to put God with death row, and that just don't seem like it's the thing to do. Don't seem right to me. So, but I can't say what's what. I can just say what I see, what my little opinion is. It's just my opinion. I hope he's sincere about his relationship with God or promoting God. But like I said, like Cassius Clay or myself, my name used to be Craig Miller, and then it was Craig X, and then it was Mui Muhammad. You know what I'm saying? Or Cam Muhammad. In other words, I changed the names because I knew it was worthless. I knew it was the devil's name. I knew it was a negative, evil title. So I have the power, especially if I'm known, you know what I'm saying? No, it's not death row no more. It's not Cassius Clay no more. It's Muhammad Ali. It's not death row no more. It's whatever, lifers or redeemed or whatever you want to, but if you still going with that name, and then I can't really see that one. I can't really rock with that. Dave Lartigue said, "Is it just me, or didn't Snoop just come out with a Cube with Cube on YouTube and others that wasn't gospel music? Really, I'm a Snoop fan, but how is it the same month you commit? I don't know if you're committing blasphemy, but it might look a little contradictory. Might look contradictory or hypocritical. I wouldn't call that blasphemy. I don't know what he was talking about." But yeah, that's not blasphemy. Blasphemy means slander in the name of God. He ain't been saying nothing against the God or the Holy Spirit. So yeah, that's not called blasphemy. Might look a little hypocritical or contradictory. Mr. Lambo, the world's most dangerous choir, like we all do about this. Oh, right. Like we always do about this time. The most dangerous choir. Yeah, death row ain't what you want to be singing. That's not the. That don't go together. W, he's trying to get to heaven, but don't want to revoke the contract with Satan. You don't want to breach his contract with Satan. Huh? He still got signature. Satan still got his signature on it. Now I lay me down to sleep. Murder was the case. What's that song when he did the deal with the devil? How long will I live? Always and forever, something. Yeah, I don't know, man. It seems like it should be easy to break it. There you go, Redemption Row, something like that. Exactly, Righteous by Nature. That label was built on death of, the deletion is such and such. So yeah, I can't repeat that. Death Row Records did do positive things for the youth and community, but those street ties held it back. I mean, yeah, I'll leave it at that. I ain't gonna go there. Yeah. Kwame, yeah, Life After. There you go. Like the Biggie album or whoever that, Life After Death. That'd be a dope Life After Death Row or something like that, or something. That's a great concept right there, Kwame. Yeah, I ain't gonna. They held certain events for kids and food. So y'all, that's y'all talking, Dave and Abdul. Bro, well, let me let y'all know, like the mafia, any, politicians, organized crime. I'm not saying that this is what they are, but they all do that. They all have to do that. Bill Gates, Anthony Fauci, whoever your biggest criminal is in life, they got the biggest charities and the biggest so-called entrepreneur philanthropy on the planet. They have to do that to hide their wickedness. They got to do that. You got to have a front for the kids. It's for the children, or it's for mothers, or the homeless, or what I'm saying, or the starving Africans. Come on now. Machiavelli awake 89. So shalom, peace. Highly weird, not Hollywood, highly weird. Majid, the name says a lot, bro. A matter of life and death. Choose life. Right. A good name is better than gold. Like you said, the title is what you already conceiving. You already creating images, right? So you want a name that you trying to live up to, not the name that represents your death and your destruction. Death row. Come on now, death row. That means that's it. You don't got no get back. You on death row? Nah. No disrespect, Brother Cam, but Lil Nas and Snoop in that order. Yeah, no, that wasn't by, that just that's random. Maybe it's some subliminal, subconscious to that. But those are the first things that the top stories that I seen today on my timeline before I got on here. So I just put them together. We're gonna get to the Lil Nas X thing shortly. Lionel Get Snoop is the West Coast legend that really loves the old school. I saw Snoop on his bus listening and reciting your music. He would be blessed if he heard you speak because it's always 100. Bless your heart, Lionel. Elmatic said needs to do a track called Lock Them Doors featuring Marvin Sapp. Yeah. Lockdown. Lockdown. Machiavelli. I feel like if Pac would have continued to live, he would have changed the mind frames and got things back to Revolution, Black Panther Party days. His life just got cut short. Machiavelli awakened. If Pac would have continued to live, he would have changed the mind frames and got things back to revolution. I don't know about that because he would have did that with his own life, right? That's why he didn't continue to live, because he didn't do that, right? So we got to be realistic. If you knew him for doing that and then something influenced him to not do that no more and to do something negative and self-destructive that got him self-destroyed, then why would you hold a mythical image like he's Jesus or something, like he was going to be the savior and the Black Panthers? Like, come on, you got to grow up, bro. Like, no, he did what he chose. And so how about we look at the people that are successful, the people that been doing that and didn't ever slip on a banana peel, didn't ever, get took off their square by no other influence. How about we focus on that? Is there any rappers or artists or activists or Black leaders that fit that description that's alive right now that we could get with and stand with? Or are we just, gonna say if was a fifth and Pac would have did this and Pac would have did that? I knew Pac. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of the ones that influenced him on that subject matter, as well as the majority of all the people of my generation, artists on the West Coast, artists, athletes, actors, anybody that you knew about, politicians. So it wasn't no more conscious Black revolutionary people going on in the industry other than myself. It was no more. Nobody was more conscious or more Black revolutionary than in my generation in rap than me. So it just be interesting, and I try not to, of course, I'm not going to take nothing from our brothers and sisters, but just to be hearing that, like, if you knew what I knew, then but it's hard to hear some things. DJ X1, salute. This is Snoop Dogg's second album. He made a gospel album before and a reggae album. Yeah. Zeke grows 420 because that's how the media portrayed Tupac, so everyone buys it. Mm-hmm. So those that knew him, know better. Those that know him know better. And it's sad that it was the hit 'em ups and it was all of the MOB and death row stuff that the devil, Satan, the people that control the media, the industry, the small caps, they blew him up on that type of subject matter. They didn't blow him up when he was talking about Brenda's got a baby and all of, all the positive stuff. They didn't blow him up until he started talking about that, because they knew that was the agenda, the prison, pipeline and cemetery pipeline that they was pushing for. And he recognized it too, but he recognized it too late, or he the influence of Suge and him, and his section, obviously was too strong. Obviously he gave more influence to that in Vegas. You know what I'm saying? All it takes is one slip. One slip on that type of influence is all it takes. Y'all know that. And if y'all don't know that, then you ain't qualified to even be speaking on it. All it takes is one error, one street error, one LA street politic error, and that's all it takes. Roundtable TV, salute. Tupac went wherever the money was at that time and played his position at that time. Yeah, I mean, partly, yeah. I mean, you have to. Hey, I wouldn't say that Tupac was just about the money. He was really a sincere dude, but he realized, or he from what I saw, he realized, or he figured that he had to be famous and have money to be able to fuel or influence the revolutionary ideas that he had. So that ain't everybody's formula. You know what I'm saying? The Black Panthers wasn't trying to get famous and become celebrities. They was just doing the work. The FOI, NOI ain't trying to become celebrities and famous. They just do the work. We call poor righteous teachers. So we're going to do it poor or rich or famous or not famous. We just going to do the work. So, everybody want money, but, we don't put our square on pause. You know what I'm saying? We don't get off our square to go get money or go get fame. Sarai, peace. Should have known something was up when I heard this specified AI voice over ad of Snoop reading the Bible. Oh, yeah. Like I said, hopefully it's sincere. You know what I'm saying? I can't say if it is or it ain't. We'll see. I can't say it ain't. I just know, according to history, history repeats itself unless God step in and breaks the cycle. And this is the season for all curses and spells and grace and all that to be broken. So if you ain't sincere, then this is it for you. Aaron says this world is backwards. Yeah. This is the devil's world. The planet ain't backwards. It's just the mentality or the systems of wickedness and wicked organizations that's running things. Ain't nothing wrong with the earth other than the contamination of these parasites, these human parasites. So that's why the earth is casting off its burden. The earth, that rain, hail, snow, the earthquakes, the typhoons, the tornadoes, hurricanes, blizzards, all that is shaking these Satans off. The planet is alive. The planet is conscious. The planet is the sphere that we all come out of. This atmosphere is full of the consciousness, the minds and thoughts and ideas and the will of all of the gods that came out of the earth. So, it's a lot to it. W say Revelations 3:16. I know your works, that you are neither cold nor hot. I would that you were cold or hot. So then, because you are lukewarm and neither cold nor hot, I will spew you out of my mouth. Oh, that's the Bible, Revelations, the very last book of the Bible. It don't get no more New Testament than that. It don't get no more Jesus than that. And W just now called it. So We're not fooling Jesus today, not the real Jesus. Many will come in my name, and when many is going to come up to me saying, Lord, Lord, didn't I do this in your name? Didn't I do albums in your name? Didn't I cast out demons? Didn't I do great works in your name? And according to the Bible, Jesus is going to say, get away from me, you workers of iniquity, you liars, hypocrites, you sinners. I know you not. I don't know you. You don't know me. You don't represent me. So that's what the Bible say Jesus is going to say. So I don't want to be in that number. But put up the StreamYard link. All I can do is salute. Yeah, I'm going to put it up in a second, Lano. At 25, a lot of people was living wild, some kind of way. People have turned their life around as they got older and seen things for what it is. Malcolm X went from being street to black activists. Yeah, I don't know what you're replying to. DJ X1, when Tupac attempted to leave death row, he was going to start his own label and get back to his revolutionary side, but he didn't make it. That's true. He told me that himself. We had conversations about that. Matter of fact, by Allah's permission, I was one of the main inspirations of him doing that. I was one of the main inspirations of a lot of things that he said and rapped about and did. You know, but that's just me talking. You know what I'm saying? That's just me talking. Hit the like button if y'all don't mind. Hit the like, subscribe. And, you know, y'all can kind of, the reason why I was critical about Snoop over the past year or so is because of our personal relationship. Y'all know my personal relationship. You know the hit records and songs and stuff that I done did with him or did for him, the Nipsey song, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not speaking just on some bitter washed up, I'm very quiet and humble, and I'm not certain things I'm just going to take to the grave, but I got the right to speak on certain things, and it's not dissing. This is not dissing. If I got something that I got an issue with, they all know I'm not going to hold my tongue. You know what I'm saying? But they know also that I'm a man and I don't need to bash nobody or slander or disparage their character, not publicly. I'm going to let you know privately. And if I can't catch you privately, then I might let some little public, sparks fly or something like that. But it ain't no deal breakers. It ain't like, we can't be cool or we can't be redeemed. But whenever I say a little something or whatever, then people, they take it so personal that they don't want to be my friend no more. I'll be always reaching out, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's do this, man. Let's do a public demo and show that we cool, show that we peace and blah, blah, blah. They'll tell me one thing in my face, but they won't ever do it. So apparently I hurt them deep. They rich and famous and powerful and all of that, but apparently this little nobody be cutting them deep. They don't want to be my friend afterwards. They know I got an army. I represent an army. I'm a soldier in a whole army, so they can't see me that way. Can't see me on, so it's, they leave me alone. I leave them alone. I do the work of what I'm doing as a follower of Farrakhan, helping to raise a mentally dead nation, of descendants of slaves and native indigenous originals of North America and all over the world. So, ain't nobody stopping my show. YouTube and Meta and Instascam and Fedbook and all of them, they might censor me. And then, the characters that's supposed to, be the gatekeepers, they might participate in locking the gate and blocking and, what I'm saying? But if God is with me, then ain't none of that going to work. Ultimately, it's not going to work. I done seen so many people come and go, rise and fall, live and die, and I'm still chugging away by God's permission, getting stronger, getting more and more wise and blessed, having greater and greater effect against the real enemy, which is Satan, not the little ninjas, little minion ninjas that, you see rise and fall, you see come and go. I done seen them come and go. That's nothing. They're not my enemy. That's not my issue. My issue is the real enemy, the one that's behind all of this influencing and behind all of the poisoning of the air and the water and the food and the minds. I want the leaders. I want the Satans. I don't want the little ghouls and minions. I don't want the little pawns. Satan already got them in his ass pocket. I want Satan. I want to make war with the beast, not the fleas and the ticks that's on the beast. So that's where I'm at with it. Pac was doing work, vocally speaking up for the community, his fellow brothers and sisters, but the energy he was around was on demon time. Why would he be around that energy? I mean, I know your name is Machiavelli, and I guess you're very inspired by Tupac. I don't know if you knew him. I don't know how old you are. But you are who you choose to surround yourself with. You can't blame that on the people around them being on demon time. You was on demon time if you chose to be around demons. You can't sidestep that. You got to take accountability. So, I can't let you do that over here. I knew Tupac. I know Suge. I knew half of the people over there. So you can't tell me nothing. Supreme God, salute, much respect. God is really with all of us. Abdul Perez, God is with all of us. The question is, are we with him? God is with all of us. Say, many are called, but few is chosen. No, all of us is called. But just few of us accept the call. We choose not to accept the call. God is with all of us. God is in all of us. Ye are, in fact, all gods. You are all gods, not just God is with you. You gods. You're the reproductions of the God. But, if we don't believe that, if we believe in some spooky Jesus or some spooky Christianity religion given to us or interpreted by our slave masters or former slave masters, then we think something else is going on. We think we can do whatever we want to and just say, I believe in Jesus and it's going to be forgiven. That ain't how it works. That ain't reality. So it's about accountability. It's about 100% accountability. Everything down to earth and flesh and in blood. All that we war not against flesh and blood is all BS. All that we walk by faith and not by sight. No, you got eyes. Your eyes is the direct extensions connected to your brain. Your brain is the seat of God. That's the kingdom. The kingdom of God is within you. And your eyes is an extension of your brain. So we don't walk by just faith. You can't even have faith without a brain. And the eyes is the extension of your brain. No, I walk by eyeball sight. And my faith is based on my brain. You know what I'm saying? That other eye. So we getting out of the Spookyville. All the little dogma, religious Christian dogma or Islamic dogma or whatever religion dogma. We not with none of that. We with breaking it down and explaining it, making it make sense now. Because if we can't explain it, then it ain't no good. If we can't explain it, it don't mean nothing. So that's what I'll be over here just trying to share my understanding of the explanations, the revelations that was given to us in the Nation of Islam. This is not exclusively to us. I be hearing so many people lying, capping, yeah. So here, let me put this up. Well, matter of fact, let me get to this Lil Nas X piece right here.
Bro, I can't even laugh right, bro. What the oh my God. So
first of all, it's already hard. You ain't gonna be busting my eyeballs out doing all the little feminine licking your lip stuff. But I'm wondering, okay, I don't know if he's at the dentist, if he at a real doctor's office, if he lying, if he capping, he just want attention. I seen he got some pearl little fingernail polish on, and he got the licking his lips and doing the whole little feminine movements because apparently he's on the rainbow spectrum. But I wonder, is he on that Fauci juice? Is that the Fauci juice? Is he dealing with some reaction to the Fauci juice? Do y'all think that Lil Nas X took the Fauci juice? Y'all think Lil Nas X took the Fauci juice? Let me know in the chat. Yes or no? Yes or no? Let me know in the chat. Did Lil Nas X take the Fauci juice? And is this whatever you're going through, talking about like a low-key lightweight stroke or something? He talking about he can't feel the right side of his face? Is that, I ain't gonna say is that from that, but do y'all think that he took the Fauci juice?
And when I smell, this is me doing a full smell right now, by the way. It's like what the bro, I can't even laugh right, bro. What the oh my god. So oh my god, bro. So yeah.
We normal over here. We get crazy over here.
So I guess he's laughing at his scare. He's scared, laughing at his misery, seeing one side of his face, we normal over here, and then other side, we get crazy over here. So the level of just trauma and torment, the mental and spiritual torment that I see with him, you know, he definitely needs therapy, not prayer. He needs therapy for whatever damage was done to him. We clearly can see that. But on top of that, if he did, you know, I seen Jam 7 say that's palsy reaction, and palsy is what? Palsy is like cerebral palsy. Yeah, he definitely, yeah. So Aaron said, I think he did take it. Did think he did take the Fauci juice. Lionel Gitt says, yes, his career was rocking during that time. ACM, little attention, 304. I'm not a follower or a fan. Yeah, it's not about that. It's not about that. But if he's known and he's black and he's from the descendants of slaves, regardless, he still is a child of God, of our tribe, of the chosen people of God, regardless of what he's being possessed with. Is still worthy of us looking at it and you know, giving our assessment of it or diagnosis, talk about it, even if it's something that we should avoid, even if it's a lesson that we should learn what not to do. It's still worthy if he became famous, if Satan made him famous. You know, if Satan is using them to trick our people, then we should be able to use them to untrick our people. So whatever the devil uses, God should be able to use, or the people of God should be able to use that same subject to debrief you. You know what I'm saying? To show you the trick that's in it. So anything that's big, I don't care if it's like the girl rappers, the Megan Thee Stallion, Sexy Reds, the Glorillas and all of that. If we know Satan is using our sisters and pushing that, the Beyonce stuff, the little female astronaut business, then that's something that we got to use those same subjects and teach them out of it, teach the trick, expose the trick in it. So whatever they promoting, whatever TMZ, because that was TMZ. This is off of TMZ. So if TMZ is pushing that, we know that's the CIA. We know that's Satan themselves. So that means that's something we needed to find the antidote. We need to find the way to counteract whatever they're trying to push on our people. So yeah, it don't mean that you got to be into that. I'm not a follower of none of them, but I'm a follower of Satan. I'm a follower of my enemies. Trust and believe. Make no mistake. I follow my ops. I'm absolutely, as a warrior, I study and follow my ops. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to know what they're doing. I want to know, you know, what they planting, what they setting out there, what they movements are. I follow my ops more than anybody. I don't need to follow my allies because we already on the same time. I follow my ops because it's warfare. Abdul said a lot of entertainers took the Fauci juice. Or it's the Hershey juice. Yeah, he definitely taking that. He been taking that. It ain't even Hershey juice. He taking the the phallic acid juice. Gerald Parker, salute. Compton and Watts, Hub and the Dub, love, most definitely. Right. Yeah, he probably took it. That looks like Bell's palsy, which has been one of the side effects, allegedly. ACM former NBA player Isaiah Thomas has real facial distortion from Bell's palsy. Oh, okay. Did he take it? Did he take the Fauci juice? Isaiah Thomas? That's facts, brother. At 25, that was Pac. I'm saying I could have seen him maturing if he would have gotten the chance. Why didn't he get the chance? Like you know, no disrespect either, Machiavelli. You know, you my guy over here, but this must be a passionate, you know, nerve or whatever thing that you're gonna have to get over. You're gonna have to see it for what it is, especially if you name yourself Machiavelli Awake 89. You're gonna have to come to grips with reality. It's not if, was a fifth, and woulda, coulda, shoulda, all of that. You know, are people that fall and fail, they're supposed to become lessons. It's not supposed to be for us to keep on talking about what they should have did, what they could have did. If Pac was here, he would have did. If something would have, like, that's a waste of brain. That's a waste of energy. That's a waste of energy. What you're supposed to be saying is, I saw the mistake he made, and I'm not going to make that mistake. And I'm going to, like he said, I might not whatever, but I'm going to spark the brain that's going to whatever. Yeah, that's what you're supposed to be doing. Don't be scared to highlight the mistakes and make sure that you warning your people, don't make the mistake that he made. Don't make the errors that he made. Otherwise, he would be here and he would have them chances that you was talking about. Because some of us, you know, or most of us that's still here didn't make that mistake. That's why we're here talking, because we didn't make that mistake. I was 25 before. I was 20. I was banging this. I was pushing my line when I was 20. My first record, my first album was Against the Small Hats way back in 1993, 92. Never again. That's the slogan of the small caps, the Holocaust slogan. Ain't nobody wasn't talking about that back then. They scared to talk about that today. I was talking about that coming into the game on the small caps head. Sorry, Israel, but I'm fresh out of tears. Because lynch that nigga still ringing in my ears. I want freedom, justice, equality, Islam, so it's hard to keep calm when I'm accused of being racist for loving my people first. Now they want to put me in a hearse. The black people never made white slaves, and we was too loving to put Jews in the oven. So that was 20 years old. So, you know what I'm saying? Therapy 101, Therapy Radio. I follow my ops, keep both eyes and glasses on my absolutely. Supreme God, Damian Lillard took it. Look at him. Did he take it? Damn. King Z, it's many Tupacs out here, bro. Hey, that's absolutely true. Pac, my favorite MC, but he chose the wrong path. Yeah. Never again. And I caught so much flack for that. I bumped heads with everybody on that album, and I didn't care. Stood on my square, and that's when I was, you know, fresh in the ranks. Because I got registered in the nation. I got my X in January 1991. 1991. So by the time 93 came, 2 years later, I was so active. We was, you know, Compton Mosque number 54 under Shaheed Abdul, you know, Shaheed, may Allah be pleased, Captain Shaheed in Compton. Yeah, so we was doing demos, we was doing demonstrations, we was living the demonstrations, and not like today with all this YouTube bragging and nothing. Like, you never heard none of us bragging, and that because that's the real code. The real code, like, okay, well, nah, I ain't did nothing. I mean, and even if I did something, I didn't initiate it, so I'm not scared to speak on nothing that was done as a Muslim, as a FOI, because whatever was done, we didn't initiate it. We responded or we retaliated against what was initiated against us. So that's not something that you rap about, really. You know what I'm saying? That's not something that you need to talk about. And even if you did, the enemy wouldn't promote it. The enemy is not going to promote the nation's physical victories in battle or retaliatory responses or nothing. They're not going to promote that. We'd be a fool to think that. So, okay, whatever. It ain't nothing. They put Drake out there and he say N-word to make money. Yeah, everybody do. I mean, that started with NWA. So everybody is guilty. Everybody got some blame, some skin in the blame game. It's about what do we do with it once we get this age? Are we taking accountability? Are we atoning? Are we confessing? Are we apologizing publicly to what we know we participated in? No. I ain't heard it. These is all my peers. No, I haven't heard it. So if I haven't heard it, I know you ain't heard it. So it's whatever. Like, so I got the right to speak because I'm a star, if not the star witness of my generation, especially on the West Coast with all of these artists that became the biggest in the world. They all over here on the West Coast. Don't mean that they're the best. It just means this is the coast that Satan chose, or God let Satan choose to blow up and promote across the world for whatever they rebellious agenda reasons are, they deceptive intelligence reasons are, by picking the West Coast rappers and our dysfunction and our rebelliousness, our gang banging or pimping or jacking or whatever it is that, gangster gang, trying to emulate gangsters, mafia, Italians and Catholic, the real, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that West Coast rappers is better than nobody else, but apparently to Satan, they are. To Satan, West Coast rappers is the best tools. I don't necessarily agree. You know what I'm saying? I understand the rebelliousness. I respect the rebelliousness and the revolutionary nature, the fearlessness or whatnot of a lot of brothers on the West Coast. But as far as they rap topics, they ain't saying nothing. Niggas on rap. West wasn't saying nothing worth spreading around the globe. And I'm a West Coast dude. I know all of them. At least the ones of my age. They ain't finna disagree with me. They're not about to say, "No, Cam, a hater," or not, because they know I'm a member of the real army that really lived all of this. If you really a gang banger or whatever and you live that, okay, that's cool. But is that what you're supposed to be rapping about? You're supposed to be glorifying that, making that look cool? Because I don't think no rapper that really, really suffered that and really did that is going to really be rapping about it. Not if you black, because your nature don't even allow you to do that. You got to be a drug addict. You got to be on something, because your righteous nature as a black man, your conscience, your self-accusing spirit won't allow you to keep glorifying something that that's a nightmare. Your soul got stains on it from taking, from unaliving or whatever. So anybody that's woofing all of that tough, you ain't really did it. You ain't really did it. The ones that really did it become saviors. They become FOIs. You know what I'm saying? They become redeemers because they know they carrying them soul scars. They know they got the soul scars. If you black and you got them soul scars and you gotta be on drugs to keep going. You gotta either be a snitch, you gotta be an informant, you gotta be on drugs. But righteous black people can't do that. We not them other people. We not the opposite race that can just live your life and go eat a cheeseburger and all that. We not sick like that. We sick like that because of trauma and poison. We just not naturally sick like that. We don't do no cereal, you know what I'm saying, stuff like these other people. What you say, Kevin Jenkins, Never Again was the only album with profanity that my dad allowed me to listen to. You're right. And it wasn't that kind of profanity. You know, any cuss words was strategic. They really meant what they meant. I didn't just say cuss words. I didn't say nigga just for the sake of nigga or whatever. You know, it was in actual context. You ever seen DJ Yella get a demon removed by a pastor? Yeah, I seen something on YouTube, on social media, but I ain't gonna speak on all of that. I mean, we can do the God challenge. I don't believe none of that. I don't believe none of that is true and real. And if you got a problem with me on it, then we can come over here and do the Elijah Bell Prophet Challenge showdown publicly. And you can prove it. Call your God on me, against me, and I'm gonna call mine against you publicly, and we can settle it like that. Otherwise, I ain't got no talk for nobody on a religious debate. It was they knew you stood on it and had the worldwide peace treaty salute. Yeah, I mean, they just, like I said, they just knew I was a FOI. They knew I was FOI, so, and they know I'm still FOI. So that's all. And I ain't no tough guy, macho man. They just know I'm a FOI. A real one, not the new ones. Now, no disrespect to the new ones, because the new ones, what I mean by that, not the media. I'm not the media. I'm not the media type of FOI, even though I was in the media. You know, I represented the anti-media, you know. King Z, yes, I believe he would have been a great influence, but even in death, he is a great influence. We talking about him now. This was his mission from Allah. Yeah, I agree with that, but that's for the best of what he stood for. We're not talking about, like, are we talking about hit him up? Are we talking about my fofo, make sure your kids don't grow? You know what I'm saying? You claim to be a player, but I effed your wife. Is that what, you know, because that's what the enemy is pushing. That's not what Allah is pushing. The enemy is making him known for something else. The enemy making him known for juice and, you know, acting roles that he crazy and he deleting his own brothers. And no, so y'all got to be careful about this, especially if you really ain't been in it, or you ain't, you know. I got to be careful about this media and what you thinking God is doing, or, you know, it's a God doing it. It's not the God of righteousness. It's the God of this world. It's the God of media and mainstream satanic music. Yeah, I got to be careful now. D. Ali, if you follow Master Father Muhammad, you can visit Shia Islam mosques, also Jehovah's Witness. Fard started Jehovah's Witness. I don't know what you're talking about on that one. Abdul, I miss King T, Funk Dubious, Raz Cash days. Yeah. I think Death Row, the same name. The name itself was a downfall. It's how they moved. Yeah, it's self-fulfilling prophecy. Self-fulfilling prophecy, because if Suge, came up with that name for whatever reason, even if it was from Harry O or whoever he got that name from. What is, if you don't understand that the black mind, the original indigenous black mind, has the power to create just with ideas, and especially when you speak the word. So if everything coming out your mouth is death row, yeah, and death row pays, man, death row. What is death row? What does that really mean? You know what I mean? So you celebrating and worshiping, that's basically worshiping death. And it's not death of the slave master. The death row is death of, your own kind. Gangster rap. You're not talking about doing nothing to the mother folks. So that's already letting you know it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. And we see what happened to the people that was on death row, the owner, the top artists, you know what I'm saying, the homies. The first word in the label name, death. So I'm with that. Channel R, salute. Yeah, another gospel one from Snoop. DJ X one, Ascari X was super dope from the Bay, Oakland. He in the Nation also spitting. He was the Ansars. He wasn't in the NOI, but yeah, he was definitely dope. You know what I'm saying? We was rocking with him in the early 90s. And me and Ascari was being supposed to do something together, but he kept getting locked up and other things was happening. But no, he wasn't the FOI. He was with, I think they called him Master J, Ansar, the Ansar Ills. That wasn't FOI. That wasn't the NOI. FOI is the Fruit of Islam. It's the name given to the military training of men and boys who belong to Islam in North America, and black descendant of slaves or indigenous. FOI means Fruit of Islam. Fruit is the best part. Fruit of Islam. I feel that, brother. I feel that, brother. He choice took him out. His choice took him out exactly. Made a mistake. He made Oh yeah, there you go. Righteous by nature. See, I'm slow. Let me scroll up. Therapy Radio. I'm an atheist. I'm just spiritual. Then you're not an atheist. If you're spiritual, you're not an atheist because you're using the concept of God. Spirit is a God concept, so you can't be spiritual and an atheist. So you believe in some type of God or higher power. That means you're not atheist. Even if you believe you are your own God, then you're not atheist. Channel R, does the Nation of Islam use Quran or some sort of version of it? No, we use the Quran, we use the Bible, Torah, we use mathematics, we use the provable laws of nature and creation. We use it all. Yeah. And we know it better than the people that claim to be the members of it. So we know Christianity and the history of Christianity and the Christian Bible better than the Christians do. We know Islam and Quran and, better than the Orthodox Muslims do. And the reality of it, not the dogma, not the hearsay, traditional stories and rituals. We know the actual meanings behind it. The revelation or the interpretation of it better than they do. And anybody disagrees, here's the StreamYard link. You're invited, welcome, or challenged to get on here and prove me wrong, this is what I do every day I get on here. But we absolutely use the Quran. We don't necessarily do hadith. We take hadith with a grain of salt because hadiths are not official. They can be tampered with, they're hearsay, allegedly companion sayings of the prophet. So we take that with a grain of salt. Everybody, like D. Ali say, Quran, but not Arab scholars. Everything has to do with scholars, though. It's always going to come down to who you believe. So let's not go there. Everybody has to believe in some form of a scholar. That's why we call believers. We're not called knowers because none of us was there thousands of years ago, or 1,400 years ago. So whoever you relying on as your source, even whoever put the Quran together, you still have to believe them. You have to believe that they're accurate. You know what I'm saying? It's scholars that typed up or preserved the Quran. So you're still going to have to rely on some type of scholarship of somebody. That's why we in the nation rely on who we say is Mahdi, Master Fard Muhammad, not just a scholar, but the knower of the revelation, the knower and the shower and the prover of the revelation or the true meaning and interpretation of Bible and Quran and all of this. So it's going to come down to belief, and then it's going to come down to who can prove what they believe in is actually the truth. And sometimes the only way to prove something is by calling a showdown. A showdown. I'm going to call your God out and you're going to call my God out. And that's how you prove it. And that's in the Bible and Quran too. But anybody that is so holy roller or so spiritual and tough about their religion and they scared to do that, then they already lost. You're the coward. You're the faker because you scared to do it. So I'm way behind. 100 people. Yeah, for sure. Hit the like button, y'all. If y'all don't mind, tap the little like button for me. 113, 114 of us up in here just listening. We just sharing information. If y'all don't mind. Check me out, Tennessee. Yeah. We chopped it up before. Yeah. Everybody that want to check out Tennessee, check him out. Let them know where to find you at. Golden balls, huh? All right, peace. I think Christianity was beat on. I don't know what that means. Salute, Big Ruben Ybarra. Salute. We've been brainwashed from the get-go. We have choices in life. Religion and spirituality are different. Yeah, let me put this up here too. So since we into that, let's go here real quick. This represents this. We back at the serpent deceiving Eve and exciting in Eve and exciting in our women vain desires, gassing their heads up, pushing the femininity, girl power thing, in their head, making them think that they equal or greater, I should say, with men and what men do. So now we got Blue, what is this called? Blue Origin, the Jeff Bezos funded, like SpaceX. It's like the Elon Musk SpaceX thing, but he do like little 10-minute, 11-minute, 12-minute trips to orbit, in space, and then come right down. And about, like I said, they're out there for like 10 minutes, 11, 12 minutes, and they're out there taking pictures or whatever. But this particular one, and this is also from all my flat earthers out there. This is y'all can tell me if this is fake. If Gayle King and the other black sister with the weave, they out there getting their weave on in the lower orbit, and that's the curvature of the Earth. So y'all can let me know if y'all think they lying. They in cahoots with NASA and everybody else to say that the Earth is flat. But this is what they doing. They doing stuffed animals and selfies and sticking their tongues out, makeup tutorials, all of them looking like little Beyoncés out there trying to look sexy instead of really, taking in what this is. I don't know if they that it looked like it was are they outside? I seen their hair blowing in the wind. Is their hair blowing in the wind? Is it a fan up in there? It's pretty cold in space, right? So I don't know. Y'all can tell me what y'all think about this. Is this real? Was this real? Or is this a fake the moon landing? Or is this real? What y'all think about this? What's the motive behind this? What is the motive behind that right there? Blue Origin. Madon, what up with you, Madon? You there?
Okay, salute. What's happening?
Oh man, just trying to get through this this Truthful Tuesday. What say you on these YouTube streets?
Oh man, well they definitely YouTubing and they definitely running. See a lot of running going on at the same time, man.
The track meet, track star.
Yeah, definitely track stars, man. Running like a nosebleed for sure.
Oh man, let me do something real quick. What you think about this little female astronaut or female? What you say, Bermuda or Bahamas? She say the Bahamas. So she out there representing Bahamas. They got their little jewelry or whatever jewelry collection. Is that what we need to send our women to space for? So they can, so they could do selfies and have a girl party. What is that?
Yeah, man. I'm still kind of up in the air with it. I'm trying to, I guess I got to let it dwell in my mind a little bit more. I was wondering what's behind it. Was it just for promotions or, to get more people to be interested in what they call commercial space or something that I heard about? I'm not sure,
Well, let's look at this is it's called Blue Orbit. So this whole little rocket flight thing is like a tourist, like a rich tourist thing into space. You pay, I don't know, $1 million, a few million. I don't know how much they cost to fly you to space, to low Earth orbit for like 10, 15 minutes or something like this, and then come back down. But my man, Captain James T. Kirk, he went like in 2021 and see how they was out there partying and all of that. He had a different little vibe, right? And this was his vibe. He said, this is an AI little overview. William Shatner, famously known as Captain Kirk from Star Trek, made history. He did this in 2021, like 4 years ago, October 13, 2021, when he flew into space aboard this same Blue Origin rocket tour thing. He became the oldest person to reach space, setting a new world record at the age of 90. I guess he was 95 now. I don't know if he's still alive, whatever, but his experience was quite profound, he said, leading him to express feelings of sadness, not girl power, selfie, girl party, whatever they was in there doing. His was feelings of sadness and strong connection to the earth, not to space. Said details of the Blue Origin flight, of his flight, was called the New Shepard. The rocket that he was on was called New Shepard, and his flight lasted approximately 11 minutes. It said his altitude, Shatner or Captain Kirk and his fellow passengers at that time reached the altitude of about 66 miles. 66 miles, right? Get your kicks on Route 66, Mark of the Beast miles, right? 66 miles above the earth. And then it says Shatner's experience and reaction. Shatner was surprised by the emotions he experienced during the flight. He described his experience as overwhelmingly sad, overwhelming sadness, not partying and all of that. And look at the difference between white men or white wise, older man and clueless, Sex in the City, clueless female, 6 females. It was 6 of them. He described his experience as overwhelming sadness as he was struck by the contrast between the coldness of space, how cold it is in space, versus the beauty and fragility of the earth. He later expressed feelings of grief for the destruction of the earth that his own people have been causing, acknowledging the impact of the overview effect of his perception of our planet. Shatner also wrote that he felt a profound connection to the earth after returning to solid ground, saying, quote, I discovered that the beauty is not out there in space, it's down here on earth with all of us. So that's something to consider. That's what I would want to be hearing. Like, I don't want to see you do makeup tutorials in space and shit. Like, I want you to come back and tell me something profound, especially if you're gonna be having my babies. You know what I'm saying? Do any of them have babies, or if they did, like can you convert that experience to some divine, profound epiphany or some spiritual, mental wisdom that you can give us? But you out there taking selfie pictures and girl power and throwing weaves around and shit, or just a weave fest out there. That moment. Like,
hey, I guess that's the result of I was watching Jimmy Kimmel, and on the way down, I don't know if you heard it, they was screaming. I mean, screaming like they was about to die. So I guess as that foolishness they was doing with the makeup and all that, they said to inside of the cockpit as they was coming down, and man, they was screaming. Man, it was the funniest sound. I mean, I can see how scary they could be, you know, coming down that fast. But yeah, they was screaming all the way down. Man, it was hilarious.
Yeah, I got sound on this stuff with them. I just didn't want to play it because I don't know if it was no copyrights or whatever. Like, this got sound to it.
1, 2, 3, taking up space! Come here.
So it sounds like they in girls' night out or something, right? That don't, you know. So it's all jokes and giggles and all looking pretty and, you know, pull out your this and pull out your that. But, you know, like you said, on that way down, that descent was different, huh?
Yeah, man. Hey, man, Jimmy Kimmel's a fool with it.
Yeah, that little descent energy, I bet you that was way different.
That was way different. But the symbology is what gets me, like the whole shape of the craft, right? And you got 5 women inside this craft, you know, just he and a kikin. I mean, you know, to me, it's a lot of symbology behind that.
Yeah, the spacecraft looks like a white phallic symbol, right?
Yeah.
So all of these women of all the main races or ethnicities, because it looked like all of them represent, like, it looked like it's an Asian one, it's 2 black ones, it's a Hispanic or Latino, it's a white one. So they basically cover all of the races of women of the world, all within this white phallic rocket in space. Machiavelli says fake to me. Is it fake? Like, how would we know? I'm not saying you're wrong, but let's look at this. How would we know if it's fake or not? Do we have anything to compare it to? You know, we be quick. I'm not saying you're wrong, but, you know, is it fake? Have people gone to space? You know, can you send drones with no people on it? Can you send cameras up to the same height and turn around and film the Earth and do it look exactly like that? You know what I mean? So, is it fake? Is it real? Is it live? Is it Memorex? Why are we so quick to say it's fake? Why we wouldn't be quick to say, okay, it could be real, and if it's real, then this, that. So, do we believe the Earth is flat? Whatever we believe, what is our justification for believing it? What is our justification for believing whatever we believe? Kennedy, what up with you?
Hey, you know why? Hey, what up, Cam? Salute as always. You know why I think that was fake? Because they haven't been able to push anything past the atmosphere without it blowing up.
Say that again.
You know,
you notice
in the last couple of years, they've never been able to.
You got the volume up on another YouTube device? If so, you gotta turn it down.
Hold on. Let me turn my volume up. Hold on.
Turn your volume
down. Give me a second. You hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you.
Oh, turn it down now.
Yeah, turn it down.
Okay.
Turn it
down or up?
Yeah, because if you got it up, it's going to delay. It's going to create a delay, and then we're gonna be taking 5 seconds before we even hear each other.
Okay, am I good right now? Am I good?
I mean, you still sound in and out. You're going in and out like your Wi-Fi ain't work. Golden Balls say it's real,
Am I
but
good
they
on
can't get out
volume
of the
now?
Earth's atmosphere.
Am I good on volume now? Because I was adjusting the volume.
It's not the volume of the microphone. So, okay. Madonna, you still there?
Dog. Damn. Hey, look. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? I'm trying to get it right. I'm trying to get it right. Thank you for your patience. Am I good
Your
now?
Wi-Fi is tripping. Yeah, your Wi-Fi is tripping. You got a poor connection.
Am I good now with the volume at least?
Smell?
Nah, your Wi-Fi is tripping.
Well, I go in, I chime out and chime back in. Yeah, my Wi-Fi tripping.
Yes, that's what I just said. Yeah. Just come back. Just come back. But yeah, he said something about the Earth's atmosphere. Like, have any of us been to space so we can say what is fake or not? You know what I mean? So I really trip off of that.
Yeah, me too, man. And I wonder why they don't the flat earthers should just put their money together, since there's so many of them, and just take that flight. You know?
Right. Take this Jeff Bezos flight. This blue orbit. I mean, this Blue Origin tour. Yeah, they should do that. That should be the next order of business. They should put their money together like they did to go to Antarctica or wherever they supposedly had went. Or maybe Jeff Bezos or something. I don't even know if they even entertain that flat Earth type stuff. But maybe he'll sponsor one of them or something, or sponsor 6 of them, because I guess they're going 6 at a time. Sponsor 6 of them and let them see for themselves. But then how we gonna believe them? They might come back and say, just like Trump and RFK Jr., they ran on a campaign saying that they was gonna represent us, but then as soon as they got there and shit, now they doing the same thing everybody else doing. So why would we believe them? You know what I'm saying? If they came back.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I know I ain't going up there.
I'm good.
That much firepower up under me, man. I said, man, you got to be a brave soul to sit up under that much firepower and gas.
Right. Yeah, I go with my own people with the wheels. I ain't going with they little fire sticks. DJ X1 say, question, Brother Cam, do the Orthodox Muslims have the same values as the Muslims in the nation? I don't know. You got to be more specific. We all follow the same pillars of faith. So it's 5 pillars of faith in Islam, and we all follow them. We just got different interpretations about who God is. What heaven and hell are. Like, if they believe that Allah is a formless spirit in another dimension or something like that, and we say no, Allah is the human being, the original human being, or all righteous people is Allah. All righteous people are Allah. So it's just a difference in interpretation of who and what Allah is, and heaven and hell and angels and all of that. And but like I said, we all pray the same amount of time. We all do charity. We all do good to others. So we don't bank on a afterlife. We bank on teaching that this is the only life we get, so we don't waste it. We try to get the fullest amount and accomplish the fullest that a human being can accomplish in their own body, in their own lifespan, without acting like it's going to be something else after this body dies. That makes you more efficient and more productive than anybody on the planet, because you don't think you get some second life or some second chance after you waste this one. So we're more productive. We're more fast moving. We're more progressive. We're more, potent than the Orthodox Muslim world, because we don't believe in some spooky afterlife. We believe we got to get get it all done in this life. Golden Balls say that a book written by Francis Cress Welsing described the psychology and symbols behind racism and white supremacy systems. Yeah, the phallic systems and all of that, and the inferiority and the great equalizer. That's why they use the gun, because they need to equalize the gun that we got under our belt buckle. So they always inferiority complex. They're always threatened by the men's the black men's phallic power. So they produce a lot of stuff based on that. Mm-hmm. Channel R, do you believe all dogs go to heaven? If so, why? I don't know. You just asking questions for what would we talking about dogs for? You want to answer that, Madon? I don't know what that has to do with this, but why are we talking about dogs going to heaven?
Yeah, I said maybe he been on caught on a Disney. I think that about Disney put that out. I don't know.
Maybe you're thinking of Snoop Dogg lyrics or something.
I remember they had that little cartoon back in the day, all dogs go to heaven or something. I don't know what that was talking about. Or he just talking about, I guess he's talking about ninjas.
You say you're a dog lover, Chanel. Are you Asian? It looked like you Asian. Dog lover. Does a dog has a dog built you anything? Like, I love all of nature. Why are you just singling out dogs? Has a dog built you anything? What has a dog built you? Why would you just be a dog lover and not every creature, every natural creature lover? Ahmad Jabril said to Chanel R, heaven isn't a place, heaven is a state of being. True, but heaven is a place also. We own it right now. Earth is a heaven. Have you heard of the 7 heavens? That means the 7 inhabited planets. Each planet is a heaven. So you said there's that saying, yeah, you're right about all of them. Yeah, so I'm not just going to, that'd be wasting my time. I understand that you're just going by a saying that you heard, but why are you a dog lover instead of any other animal lover? Why you're not a dolphin lover or a spider lover or whatever lover, because they all got priceless value. They all got divine value. They all creatures from the supreme intelligence. So they have a purpose, and I don't think a dog's purpose is greater than an ant's purpose. So, I don't, so I just be asking questions like that. If what you think, Madon?
No, that's real, man. When you lay it, when you put it in that perspective, like, a dog purpose, I mean, I know you got working dogs. They put dogs in all different kind of classes, but at the same time, you like, what is a dog? How is a dog purpose more purposeful than an ant? I mean, I can see that,
Right. And, you can learn. You're supposed to learn from all of them, because every creation is the word of the creator. So, just like an ant, you could never call an ant a dog. You could never truly or accurately, correctly, you won't be correct in calling an ant a dog. You can't expect the ant and a dog to do the same things or be the same things. So that's the difference between, that's what I be meaning when I be saying that the real Bible and the real Quran are the creations of God. The creations of God is the real Bible and the real Quran. You don't never get them mixed up. In our English bastard language, we gonna get spirit confused with soul, confused with mind, confused with intelligence, confused with will. We gonna lump all of that together. But in the real Bible, nothing is confused with each other because they all clearly are specific, distinct, different things. You know what I mean? A roach is not an ant. They look like you can even have, a moth versus a butterfly. They both start out looking the same. They might be caterpillars, but you're going to clearly say, oh, no, this is a moth and this is a butterfly. This is our problem as mentally dead ex-slaves, not having the clear compartmentalization or being able to categorize and separate what things actually are. We lump it together, especially when it comes to God subjects. We lump it all together. And that's the very last subject you're supposed to be lumping everything together in.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. That's definitely a fact, man.
Righteous by nature. Speaking of ants, I haven't seen an ant for a while. Oh, you ain't been in the dirt, then. The ants is. Come on over to the south. You're gonna see some. Right. You'll see too many ants, too many little ant mounds, ant hills.
Yeah, they some real builders, some bad builders.
Right. That's why we're supposed to study the ant. The Bible and Quran say study the ant. Golden Balls says both books are written by man, inspired by God. God is man. You saying that both books are written by man, inspired by God? What is God? You saying God is something different than man? God is man. Man is in God. I mean, God is in man, and man and woman is God. So everything is inspired by man. Everything is created and written by man. Just because we only familiar with fallen, mentally dead zombie man don't mean that we ain't the ones that created all of this. The mind, the human mind is the power. That is the God. We are the God. But if you sleep or if you flatline, you in a coma, you a zombie state, you mentally dead, that's what the resurrection means. We being resurrected back to our God powers. The average human being only use from 4, 5, 6, 7, 8% of their brain. What happened to the other 92, 3, 4, 90 some percent? What will we be doing and able to do? And what did we used to do when we was using our whole 100% of our brain? If we was able to build all of this and stealth technology and rockets and drones and nanotechnology and all of that with just using 8 or 9% of our brain, what will we be doing if we using the other 92%? So we are God. The human being is God. But if you mentally dead, if you was in the coma or you a zombie, then you're not going to see the human being as God. You're going to say that's niggas. Niggas is weak. Flesh is weak. You can never understand God. All that old goofy stuff that we've been hearing all our life. You could never understand God. That is pure foolishness. There's nothing that the human brain can't understand. That's impossible. There's nothing that the human brain cannot understand.
I think that's real, man.
Knowledge, walaikum salam, righteous by nature. Thank y'all for y'all prayers for me. And we still praying for your full, speedy recovery. Knowledge. All praises due to Allah in the person of all of us, all of the righteous, not just in the person of that one supreme individual that's supreme above all of us in knowledge, wisdom, understanding, and power, but the collective as well as the head. So all praises due to Allah. Inspired by the divine man. I know that I'm saying, I know that. So yeah, but this is a good subject. It's not religion. Anytime we hear me talk about God, we are not talking about religion. Even if we start speaking on like Bible or Quran verses or scriptures or certain rituals or traditions, we still not talking about religion. We're talking about the science or the theology, the science of everything in life, science of things, the study and application of things, and who made them. Who made them? Who created them? Who originated them? Who's maintaining them? Who's sustaining them right now? Who's evolving them? Evolution exists. Evolution exists, but who's the mind behind it? You know, it ain't no just random Big Bang theory and then evolution and all that. No, evolution exists, but it's minds, human minds that produce that and they keep it going. Have you ever done music with Trey D? Yeah, I did some music with Trey D. Not just me and Trey D, but I did some music on East Siders, on the East Side, a couple of East Siders albums. It seemed like it was something else I was about to talk about, Madon, but I got it.
Go ahead.
No, it was Tazariak. Hold on 1 second. I just said I was going to. Where is this at? So sorry phone. There we go. Yeah, I don't know. I just got this earlier, so I'm gonna put it up on the screen and we look at it. Because we talking God and Bible and all of that type of stuff. This is Tazariak, and this was today, or one of them was today. This is showing this going back to October or something like that. So we was already kind of in conversation, and this is when we did a couple of YouTube lives. But then this one says today at 4:28, he hit me with shalom, and shalom means peace. So to me, that's cap. So I didn't respond with no shalom or no salam, because you don't wish me peace if you telling me that, you know, my God and is a fake white man and my Messiah is a PDF file and Farrakhan is a kind. You know, don't hit me with no shalom. You know what I'm saying? Because you lying to me, right? So he said shalom. So I, you know, as soon as I saw it, I didn't see it when he sent it. I seen it like 3 hours later. So I just said greetings. And he said, the brother Sarnetta has been reaching out to you. That's what he told me. I had given him your number. Like, so I, you know, what do you think based on what you heard, and what y'all have heard, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't necessarily, me personally, I wouldn't be hitting me about Sarnetta. I would be hitting me about me and what I've been saying about you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sarnetta don't need to be no middleman or mediator or nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because I already said I'm not doing no debates. You know what I'm saying? So that was just interesting to me. You know, why not address what you know I've been saying about you? And what I need, the showdown, the God showdown fade that I need from you. What Sarnetta got to do with it? But what's your thoughts, Madon?
I'm calling cap. I think capping.
Well, I'm a decapitator.
Yeah, because when you think about it, right, this is how I see it. Me on being on the outside looking in, right? Okay, he said a brother Sarnetta has been reaching out. You've been going live every day, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dropping the link, all that. So my thing is, if that was the case, the brother could have hit the link, said, hey, came up, said, hey, Cam, I've been trying to reach out for you, brother. Or even Cap could have hit the link. So, I mean, I think they know you go live and all that. So, to me, I'm calling Cap.
Yeah, it's definitely Cap. I mean, it ain't even Cap. It's just unnecessary. I'm not saying he lying about nothing. I'm just saying, what's the point? If you know what I'm on, what do Sarnetta got to do with it? I already said I'm not debating nobody. You know what I'm saying? Golden Ball said you should debate on Sarnetta. No, I'm not debating. Not debating nothing. You mean I should do the challenge? I don't need to go on Sarnetta to do no challenge, but I'll do it. But you know, you're not even giving no details. Like, you know, say what we you know, tell me what it's about. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, or maybe you know, when you was on there, when Sarnetta said, hey, Cam, I want to get you on or something like that, and you can just I guess let the people know what you represent and where you come from and stuff like that. Maybe that's what you talk about. I don't know though.
I don't know. I mean, it's whatever. Like it's whatever. Whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen. But you know, if I've been telling y'all over here that I'm already called on this curses or chastisements or whatever, you know, demonstrations, then we don't really got nothing to talk about. I'm with talking about it, but I'm not debating. I'm just gonna tell you what I prayed for and what I'm waiting on and shit. You know, you might need to get the praying also against me and shit because I already prayed against you. So, you know,
Well,
and
yeah,
I would ask Sarnetta, you know, do he believe in God and do he believe the nation is foul or false and all of that? And do you believe he represent the real God? And has he ever slandered or said some foul stuff against Elijah and the nation and Master Far? If so, then that applies to you too. So I'm not here for friends. I'm just here to do the public challenge. I have nothing to debate about.
Yeah, that's real. I guess so. I guess Cesare pretty much got to do what his claim to fame was is cross the line. So I guess he's like, you know, come cross that line. Not
he already crossed it. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm doing this for. This is not we're not coming to no terms. You already declined that, so I just still had to go over your head and call for it anyway. So I'm just waiting on Elijah to, you know, to send the little lightning down. That's all.
Hey, yeah, hey.
Same day, Parlay said, I kept bringing up your name since y'all was in panel together. I got blocked. Got blocked. You know what I'm saying? Well, you ain't gonna never be blocked over here. Same day, Parlay. You VIP over here. How about that? Duke Eatman, salute. Montreal in the building. Montreal, Canada, salute. Good to see you again. American Indian by blood. Fear is a real character flaw, right? Cowardice. Fear ain't a character flaw. I got fears. It's about what you do with them. It's not a sin to have fear. It's a sin to be a coward. You know what I'm saying? So if I get so disturbed by a fear that I got, then I'm gonna run to it. I'm tired of being afraid of this, so I'm gonna go run at it. You know what I'm saying? It's either gonna do me or I'm gonna do it. But I'm not gonna be no coward about the fear. Especially if you're talking tough regarding the subject. If you're talking tough regarding the subject, then you don't show up or whatever, then you know, God hates cowards according to the Bible and Quran. I'm not gonna say what I do. I'm just saying what the God say. This is YouTube. I gotta be careful about any kind of, you know, sensitive speech. According to the Bible and the Quran, it says God hates cowards. And you know, I want to be like God. I want to be God-like. I'm trying to be like God. So we just leave it at that.
Yeah, that's real, man. I can understand. I can understand your point because if I feel as though the God I believe in is the true and living God, is my God is the power of the world, I'm gonna step to anybody with my God.
Especially if it don't got to be physical.
Right, if it ain't got to be, if it ain't got to be physical, we online, you know, we just, you know, I mean, like
that's supposed to be the easiest thing. Or since you playing with God, it's not the easiest thing. It's the scariest thing. It's scarier than them 6 females coming down in that Blue Origin phallic symbol. Because you playing with something else. You playing with a different level of things right here. This ain't just some niggas you talking tough about. This is God.
Yeah, it definitely changed the it changed. I mean, it changed the whole dynamic of an argument when it comes to God, and we know, hey, that's touchy. Even if for a lot of, you know, a lot of black people, I hear a lot of them out here say they don't believe in God, but I always catch them saying, "Oh my God," or all kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know,
right. Golden Balls say, I hate to see our brothers divided by belief systems. We should try to have understanding of each other and to respect each other's beliefs. So Golden Balls, you know, I have a real problem with even saying that whole name. I'm just gonna call you GB or something like that. I don't know if you're black or not. I don't know if you're a male or not. but it's never been and it never is the NOI that has no problem uniting with nobody. So when you say we, I hate to see our brothers divided. It's not the NOI that's keeping people away. We're the ones trying to unite. It's these other characters that got so much of the negative slander that's saying that they won't unite with us because this and because that. So don't put that on the NOI. Say, I hate to see NOI haters doing that. Don't include the NOI in that. We're not turning down brotherhood from nobody. We're not, keeping nobody away from us. So let's get that straight, right? We always have respected everybody's belief, so much so that we let them slander us. We got to take plenty. We got to take all of the BS from them and still push on and be positive and not aggress and not have no violent history and none of that. But they got all manner of evil to say against us. Why would I even want to unite with them? But we have to love and understand them and they trauma and they poison more than they hate us. So yeah, don't lump us in with that.
You right and exact, man, because the slander coming from that side, I've been hearing it for years. I mean, now it's like when y'all call them out, it's like nobody wants to show up, man.
And that's why I got to keep doing it, even though it sound played. I mean, you still talking about that? You always talking about that? Yeah, because this is my subject. This is the lane I always been talking about. This is the God subject. And if y'all know anything about the law of Islam, as soon as you aggress on a Muslim, you have to be retaliated against. In Islam, it says fight them until there is no more persecution, right? Fight them until they pay the tax of acknowledgement of your superiority over them and they are in a state of subjection. So I'm not going to stop. You started it. I'm not going to stop. I'm not just going to do one episode on. I'm going to be on your neck. I'm going to stomp your, spiritually, verbally speaking. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's not going to stop until you pay the tax in acknowledgement of the NOI superiority over whatever you pushing. And since you're not stopping, you know what I'm saying? You're not paying that tax, then it's on. It's up. So I'm going to keep on clowning you. I'm going to keep on calling y'all out. It's going to get more and more, and then that's going to inspire more people to do it. I know what to do. Like, I know how this goes. It's just, we never was doing that because we was under grace and and we still are, are reaching out. But for our people that know better, and they spend their time studying the nation so they can slander the nation. Oh, so these teachings, the characters, them just like we know them, but you choose to slander, you choose to lie, you choose to smut. So, it's up. I love that kind of fight. And you scared. You acting like we talking about doing something physical to you. We are absolutely not talking about no physical violence whatsoever. We talking about spiritual, supernatural, God, miracle, power, curses, or chastisements, whatever. They don't got nothing to do with us physically touching each other. You should have no problem with that. Sarad one say, FYI, Sonetta just uploaded a new video with Tazariak. You know what I'm saying? I keep saying captain. Is he y'all captain? With Tazariak. It's called "Is Salvation for Non-Israelites Today." So yeah, I might check that out because I told you I follow my ops. I study my ops. It's like if you a boxer. Even though boxers ain't gonna give you their strategy, all of them is watching tape. They all watching the opponent. They all studying the opponent. So I'm gonna tell you, yeah, I'm watching it. Even though I know it's gonna be hogwash, shit, I know it's gonna be boo-boo, but I'm still gonna watch it.
Yeah, I heard some of that today, man.
Oh, you watched it?
I seen some of it. Yeah, I seen some of it, and
what did you hear? What did you get out of it?
what I got out of it is still dealing with the spook God. You know, like I said, I studied the Israelite doctrine for years, but it was always. But see, before I started listening to a lot of it, I had already was hearing like college teaching of Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, like who is that mystery God. So
Right.
I said, okay, let me study these brothers and see what they talking about, you know, and who is this mystery God these brothers talking about, and I could never, you know, they never would pinpoint who that mystery God is.
So the name of his subject was, is there salvation for non-Israelites? Is that what it said? Something like that?
Yeah, that's what they said the title was. Yeah.
Duke Ekman said, I was at number 15, Mosque number 15, 2 Fridays ago for a study group, and I brought up your podcast during our lesson on Ramadan, and the brotherhood loves your work. Yeah, that's my brotherhood. Matter of fact, that's where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? I'm out the way, but I'm here. You know what I'm saying? Atlanta, Mosque number 15, FOI, and it's some super beautiful, righteously hitters, sliders, you know what I'm saying? Mosque 15, especially little youngsters. Salute to the student minister and the student captain. All of them is my folks. I just be out the way. But yeah, that's all love. And anybody in the Atlanta, Georgia area definitely needs to pull up to Muhammad Mosque number 15 in Atlanta. I think that's where Tazariak and them is at, right? Ain't they out in Atlanta too? So
yeah, I think they got some out there.
Ain't no coincidences, man. There's a lot that I could say, but yeah. So that's the section that that I'm floating around in right now by Allah's permission. So 1,000% I stand behind and stand with my brothers and sisters in Muhammad Mosque number 15. So make no mistake about it. This is who and what I represent. This is the nation, and this is the army that I'm a soldier in, and by Allah's permission, a veteran, seasoned soldier in. So all love, all praises due to Allah. Duke says, Sarnetta has basically said what we believe is crazy. Sarnetta is a staunch atheist. Well, and that's what they hide behind. They hide behind atheism. So, I can't hold, he would think that I can't hold him to this God challenge because he's an atheist. Well, I don't believe in no God. I'm an atheist. Well, I'm gonna make you a believer. I'm gonna pray to my God to make you a believer. That's how you become a believer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You become a believer by a God, meaning superior force and power over yours. Somebody that has superior force and power over you and yours. That's what God means, right? So if somebody can, and this is just symbolic. I'm not saying nobody gonna do nothing physical, but if somebody can grab you by your neck and pick you up in the air and you swinging like this, he's basically God to you. He's exercising God power over you. He has a superior power over you, and you can't do nothing about it. Right? That's all God means. Superior force and power over another. So you can claim atheist all you want, but if I'm more tapped into my God powers, you don't have to believe that God is the black man or that but I believe it and I know it, and I'm going to demonstrate certain things by Allah's permission, and then you're going to have to submit. That's how you prove it. You can claim, well, no, that ain't what happened. That ain't, because the Quran said, well, you can show them every sign, and God sees them with distress and affliction, and why didn't after they get hit with that, why didn't they still submit? Oh, okay, well, somebody gonna learn from you. If you don't learn from the demo, somebody gonna learn from you, because the grace is up. So I'm praying, and we just talking about praying. We just talking about willing. Y'all call it praying. Part of it is I'm praying to the Father for the green light, for the permission for me to will certain things, or for the guidance of exactly what to will and what to verbalize and tell them that I'm willing. That's what I pray to the Father for, but he already gave us the power to do it. So we gonna make believers, or then you gonna have to make a believer out of us. So, you know, that's it. Really ain't even a believer. You're gonna be a knower. You're gonna know it. But you know, that's just me talking tough, right? Everybody can sound tough. Everybody can sound cocky and confident and tough. I just say let's just put it to the test, and I already have, so we'll see.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you think what God you think they was believing in on the Snoop album?
On the Snoop album, the guy that he said that he talking about.
Okay.
You know, we in the nation, the difference between the nation is we interpret, we give the meaning and the interpretation and identity. We point out and bring all of that out of the past, all of that out of space, all the Spookville out of the next dimension, and we bring it all down to earth and flesh and blood, April 15th, 2025. That's it. Not no mysteries, spooky, you will never understand the mysteries of God and all of that, and God is uncomprehendable, and that's all BS. That's all lies. You have been deceived. Your pastor deceived you, your imam, your sheikh, your rabbi, they all deceived you. They got you on authority. They got you got to obey me. You got to do this. But when it comes to what they supposed to do as far as guiding you and identifying and explaining to you the real realities and the meanings of these characters and all that, they can't do nothing. They'll tell you, oh, well, just seek refuge in Allah, brother. Like, nigga, what? Well, I'm supposed to really obey you, and you gonna tell me I gotta seek refuge? Nah, I ain't with that. You better explain and show me exactly how this works. Otherwise, I'm gonna be your biggest rebellious enemy because you used me, you misused me, you abused me, you misled me. And if y'all think this is what the nation is doing to black people, then come take me up on this fade. I represent the nation. I'm not speaking for Farrakhan or for the nation. I'm speaking for just Brother Cam and my God in the person of Elijah Muhammad. This specific Allah in the person of Elijah Muhammad. I'm not even talking about Allah in the person of Master Fard Muhammad. I want to really upset you and let you know that the God I'm praying to is Elijah Muhammad. Allah in the person of Elijah Muhammad. The Georgia-born black man that only went to the fourth grade of school in 1905 or something that you think is dead in 1975. That's supposed to be a PDF file. I'm praying to the PDF file, the so-called PDF file God, nigga. That's why I love when, you know, because it be, you know, I pray to my God because he really loves y'all, but it's certain sins that's unforgivable. And you seeking to spread this slander and this smut against the man that was raised to save your soul and save your life. So he got that supreme mastery, patience and shit. I don't. I'm not him. I'm his son, but I'm not. I don't have that level of. I don't even think I'm supposed to. I think I'm born for something else. I think this generation of FOIs is born for some other reason. So I know who my ops is. I don't play that. Nigga, don't tell me Shalom or Salom or don't tell me that. Yeah, tell me PDF op such as PDF op follower Sinetta wants you think get at me like you really believe it, like you really say it. Call me what you think I am. Don't wish me no peace, nigga. You don't wish me peace. And I don't wish you peace.
That's definitely understandable.
So And it's not, you know, it don't mean that I can't submit. If my God or my father or, you know, Farrakhan tells me, no, brother, you know, then I'm gonna bump it all the way down and I'm gonna apologize and all that. You're gonna see a whole range of obedience and you know, me being able to you know, hit the clutch and pop it in the neutral and hit the brakes or whatever and go back in the other direction. Because I'm obedient. I obey. My personal Lord and Savior, my Messiah, Farrakhan. If he tell me, oh, brother, that's wrong, brother. Like we supposed to, because he has told me that for years. I was always up like this. And the 2 or 3 times that I was blessed to even tell him that, that's what I was breaking down crying for. Because I couldn't take him giving his life for niggas while they was putting him through this, and I've seen the wear and tear on him. That shit was just breaking me down. I got it, you know, and he was like, brother, give him time, brother, give him time. Like, you know, you was given time. God didn't do you like you want to do, you know, do others. And I just could do shit but just cry. Like, you right. Shit, all right, well, I don't even need to be around because my maturity level or my spirit or my goalness is on some different stuff. So I'll just be better obedient out the way. I don't want to spread nobody. I don't want to spread certain energies and germs or emotional, whatever I think. I don't want to spread that to no FOI. I don't want to spread that to, you know, let me just stay out the way because, you know, so anyway,
yeah,
my life experience is different. You know, my life experience is different with these characters, especially on these media type characters, people that got influence over our people and us seeing the effects of it, us having to clean it up for 30 years, me personally having to clean up they mess for 35 years and then niggas is still wolfing and all that. And we got to be the ones burying their little sons and nephews and daughters and, you know, they gas it up and then they can just ride off into the sunset. You know what I'm saying? With the views and the clicks and the checks and the concert show money and all that shit. Like, oh, man. And we got to be crying and hugging with the mamas and the families and shoveling the dirt and, you know what I'm saying, and saying the prayers over the dead bodies and shit. I'm, you know, and just because, you know, I'm just venting because if he tell me you got to keep on going the rest of your life like this, son, then I'm going to do it. It just hurt. I'm not a robot. It should just hurt. If God loved you that much where he say you got to keep on taking that shit, then I got to keep on taking it. I can talk tough like I want to do this to these dudes or whatever, but if he say don't do it, I'm not going to do it. Because if I try it and he say don't, that's the end of me. So if he loved our people like that, then there ain't nothing I can do about it.
Man, that's real, bro.
John.
What up?
What up, John?
What's going on?
I mean, you tell me what you want to say.
Nah, they brought me the link here, man. Said you wanted to fade or something.
Yeah, you see the energy I'm on. I ain't got time for that goofiness. You talking about they brought me the link. Shut up. Salute. I don't know what's going on, Madon. You know, we already know. I don't know, man. Maybe give me a minute, John. Let me decompress for a few seconds and shit. I'll bring you back up. But you was the last face I feel like seeing and shit. Right? Let me just cool down a little bit first.
Yeah, he came in. Hey, yo, he was speaking in a $4 bill, man. How he came in, man. Like, if he the same John,
blaming on somebody else. Somebody gave you shut up.
Like, if he the same John that was in the chat, I've been saying all this craziness.
Yeah,
I'm like, come on, bro.
We know he's a VIP over here. Shouts out to John. Let me just get my spirit, right? I got prepared for you. Just give me a few more minutes. I'm gonna bring you back on. Big Kev, salute. Walaikum salam. You represent more focused than ever, man. But if Allah please, man, I just, apologize. I don't want to spread no wrong spirit and no tough guy macho jump the gun spirit. I don't want to jump no gun. And I don't want to misrepresent the FOI or the NGT. I definitely don't want to misrepresent Minister Farrakhan. So all the stuff you hear me saying and cussing and all of that, strictly KAM. Strictly KAM. Any foul, whatever, any baby language, that's strictly KAM. Anything good that of value and that's potent, that's resonating and and inspires you to do better and be better, that's Farrakhan. That's Allah and Elijah and Farrakhan. But any foulness, any abrasive, savage, messiness or whatever, that's me. Charge that to me. Don't charge that to Farrakhan or the nation or the God. Charge that to me. And I'll take it. I'll deal with whatever come with it. On a roll. On a roll. Salute to my wrench mob, God mods, Adrian X, on a roll, Elmatic, Ahmad Jabril, and the rest. American Indian by blood. Snoop's wife's dad was singing like the Temptation on all the dope dealers in LA area, or singing like that. I don't know what that means. Yeah, nigga said they sent me. Who is they? You don't even got no friends, remember? You don't even got no friends. You told me you ain't even a member of no organization. You don't even got no spouse or no nothing. Like, they sent you, huh?
You to my COINTELPRO. I ain't know who
that's the day, huh?
You know what I'm saying?
All right. American Indian by blood say, who sent them? The government? Yes. That MK Ultra program. That's who sent them. Where you at, John? Come back, man. Come back to Jamaica. Y'all remember that commercial? Come back to Jamaica. Come on, man. I'll put you on. I'm ready now. My spirit right. I got back to my clowning, my cheerfulness.
Yeah, man. I think I was just gonna say on that I thought it was interesting that Snoop would come out with an album like that. I mean, far as it was kind of strange in my humble opinion, but it was I was wondering why. I can understand but for his mom and stuff like that. That's heartbreaking. But at the same time, I don't know, man. It make it hard to speak on because his mom is on an album cover and stuff like that. So it's like make you have mixed opinions, I guess. So it's I'm just gonna leave it at that, I guess.
Yeah, but it's we have the right to ask why he's doing that. Why is the best question that you could ever ask. Why? So we're gonna talk about that in a minute. But for right now, we got our VIP, John Funches.
Yeah, Funches.
Funches. Who sent you? You said they sent you?
I didn't say they. I said the dude in whatever, one of your the ex dude, whatever his name was, showed me the link. I don't know.
Yeah, I put the link up there.
Okay, then it must be you.
Yeah.
You put the link.
I didn't send you. I invited you.
What's the difference? Go, hit the mute button.
No, I'm not hitting no mute button. I want us to have a subject. Because you be just trying to rebel and argue just for the sake of arguing. Anything I say, you're just gonna try to say some argument. So is it a subject you want to really talk about?
You brought me here, brother. I mean,
there we go. See, there they go. How did I brought you here? Do I got a beam? Do I got a UFO
sent me a link.
beam?
No.
I invited
you. Believe
you.
in the UFOs and black people being on the moon. Go ahead, hit the mute button.
I'm not hitting the mute. You said I invited you. I didn't bring you here.
Well, okay. What's the subject you want to talk about, man?
I'm already talking about it. You see, I've been on here for 2 hours now. If you don't have nothing to say, then I mean you can ask me some questions or some any questions you want to ask.
Yeah, I got some questions.
All right, let's hear it.
Do you believe Elijah Muhammad slept with underage girls?
No. Do you?
Yes.
Why do you believe that?
Because Malcolm said so.
Was Malcolm a liar?
Nope.
What did Malcolm say about white people being Muslims? Was that a lie?
What did he say about white people being Muslim?
You don't know what he said about when he went to Mecca?
I know what Elijah said, but I don't know.
Listen, my man. Don't. If I'm asking you something specific, just stick to what I'm asking you. Do you know Do you know what Malcolm said about white people when he went to Mecca?
All I know is that Malcolm repeated what Elijah told him.
What did Elijah tell him?
That there was no white people in Mecca.
So he went to Mecca, right?
Yes.
I'm talking about Elijah Muhammad.
No.
So listen to this part. So you said Elijah Muhammad said there's no white people in Mecca. Who does Elijah Muhammad teach? What race did Elijah Muhammad teach that Prophet Muhammad was?
You're talking about Farrar?
Brother, listen to me. Prophet Muhammad of 1400 years ago, the one that the Quran was revealed through, what race did Elijah Muhammad teach that he was?
Probably black.
Probably. You're absolutely wrong.
Okay, well, I don't know.
You don't know. So now you're spreading BS when you don't know. Why are you talking about something you don't know?
Okay. Remember what I said. I said probably. I didn't say definitely.
Anything is probably. Why would it be probably? Why would it be probably? Why would you say that? How old are you again?
I'm 59.
As a 59-year-old black man, why would you say probably to something?
Because there's possibilities in almost everything.
And that's what I just said earlier, right? I just said that like 30 seconds ago.
Right.
But why would you say it if you spread in slander, right? You said that Malcolm said something about there's no white people in Mecca. You said Elijah Muhammad said no white people in Mecca, right?
Right.
And what race did he teach us that Prophet Muhammad was in Mecca 1400 years ago? The very prophet of the Holy Quran. What race was he if there's no white people in Mecca?
You tell me. I don't know.
All right. Well, anything else you want to talk about?
Yeah. Why do you get so upset when somebody
because you sounded like a child. I want to treat you like a 59-year-old man.
Well, first of all, you run into so many fallacies every time you talk.
What is a fallacy about what I just said? Give me the fallacy that I just said.
The fallacy is when you switch what you're saying, you go from one subject to
what
another.
What is the fallacy? That's not the definition of a fallacy. That's just me going to another example.
There's many fallacies. There's not just one fallacy.
Okay, what does that mean?
That means you're using the wrong system to get to the truth. That's what
wrong system. It's very right. Everybody else is agreeing. You the only one saying that is wrong. You the one lying, saying that Elijah Muhammad said something that he didn't say.
Another fallacy that you do, that fallacy is called ad populus. You saying because the crowd or what is commonly known as bandwagoning. Just because
so everybody that agrees with me is on a bandwagon.
Yeah.
Damn, y'all heard that, y'all. John Witherspoon said that if y'all agree with me,
John Witherspoon,
that y'all on a bandwagon. Are they on the bang bang wagon, bang bang coordinate wagon?
Look at Keenan Ivory Wayans calling somebody John Witherspoon.
Right. Did you cut your hair?
Now
today?
you go to ad hominem, which is another fallacy. You attack the person instead of the subject.
Well, I go to where it leads me. Like, did you go to the dentist? Did you go to the barber today? Like, you know.
Well, you definitely didn't go to the barber.
I'm a barber. I cut hair.
I said you definitely don't go to a barber.
I go to myself.
For what? You ain't got no hair.
Huh?
Yeah, you ain't got no hair, bro. You ain't got no hair.
Oh man, you got me. I guess I'm not gonna have no family and no wife. I ain't got no fine wife and family and grandchildren because I ain't got no hair, huh?
Well, I guess you wasn't even ready for a family 30 years ago, according to you.
Huh? What are you talking about?
That's what you said in our last conversation. I asked you a specific question. I asked you 30 years ago when you got married, were you ready? And you said you didn't know.
What that got to do with me having hair?
I mean,
I never said I wasn't ready. I never said I wasn't ready.
What did me having a family have anything to do with what we were
talking
about?
You want brought up my hair, my bald head.
Well, what did it have to do with me having a family or me getting married? You're so concerned about my personal life.
What good is having hair if you ain't attracting nobody with it? So what good is having hair?
You're only supposed to be attracting one person, right?
Yeah, I got that person already. That's why I've been here.
Okay, so
why are you saying that hair is supposed to be something I'm supposed to want to have when you got hair and you ain't got no woman or no family?
You the one that brought up hair, bro.
Yeah, because your hair looks a mess. You look savage.
Well, I mean, but you got skinny ass arms, I could say.
Okay.
You look weak.
Okay.
And that's why all I got to say is okay.
Well, you said more than that. I just said okay.
You're getting petty now, Cam. Cam, what's up with the lynch mob, though? What happened with you in the lynch mob? That's one question. Because when I last talked to you, I didn't know that I should have known that you was a member of the lynch mob. Well, not really a member, but you were an associate of the lynch mob. Because I kept wondering, I said, man, what Muslim brother calls himself Cam? That don't make no sense. But then I looked you up and I said, oh yeah, that's right, that's Cam, Ice Cube's cuz. So yeah, what happened with you in the lynch mob?
What did you hear happen?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking you a question, Cam.
No, ain't nothing happened with me in the lynch mob.
So you still with the lynch mob and coming out with these albums and stuff like that? Records.
Are you?
Well, why are you hesitating, man? I'm just asking you a question. Why do you look nervous?
Because I am nervous. You kind of make me nervous.
Why did I make you nervous, Cam?
Because your wisdom.
What does my wisdom have to do with making you nervous?
I mean, I can't be nervous. Some people make me nervous.
Nobody said you couldn't be nervous. I'm just saying, what does wisdom have to do with you being nervous? What is my wisdom or lack of wisdom?
I didn't say lack of wisdom. I didn't say lack of
wisdom.
What
does my wisdom have to do with, you being nervous?
Man, I'm still trying to figure it out. Sometimes people just make you nervous and you don't really know why.
Well, you have no reason to be scared of me or nervous.
Well, I didn't say I was scared of you. I just said you make me nervous.
Okay, well, I don't know why.
What's your diet consist of? What did you eat today?
I ate some chicken.
You cooked it?
Yep. What'd you eat?
Well, I ate some pumpkin seeds. I haven't eaten yet because I'm a Muslim and
you guys going through Ramadan.
No, Ramadan is over with, but I've been on my little parasite cleanse, and then NOI Muslims, we only eat one meal per day anyway. And I should have ate it by now, but I didn't. But when I get off of here, I'm gonna eat.
Does Farrakhan eat once a day?
I think he eat once every 2 days or once every 3 days or something at this point.
So why is he overweight?
Is he overweight?
Yes.
How much does he weigh?
I don't know, but he's definitely overweight.
How tall is he? How can you tell if he's overweight or not?
Because he has a chubby face and he has a stomach.
Well, you know he has a colostomy bag, right?
Still?
What do you mean still? If he had a pelvic exoneration, like his whole lower intestines is gone.
Yeah, but they removed that many years ago.
So he's supposed to not have a colostomy bag?
Yeah, it's supposed to be, repaired, healed.
How are you going to repair the removal of your intestines?
Well, you get new ones or something. I mean, all that healthy eating, man, and why all that healthy eating? Why did they remove his intestines?
So you don't know why?
I'm not a medical doctor.
No, I'm saying you don't know. You said that he been having it still. So if you're saying he had it still, that means you know he had it for what reason?
I had heard that. Well, first of all, he had heart problems. This was many years ago. He almost died.
No,
and so
he didn't have no heart problem.
Oh, he didn't? Let me look that up.
Look it up from where? Google?
Yeah.
Damn, that's where you get your source of information. Why not just ask a Muslim?
I did. You're being invasive.
Google. I just told you he didn't. So you saying that he did. You insist he did, so you gonna go to Google, huh?
Yeah, because you guys don't always tell the truth.
Man, you do.
Well, at least some of the time.
So now I just want the people to see that this is what I call my.
So he had. So according to NBC News, he had prostate cancer in 2000. Like I said, that was hella long time ago. Then he also had an infection, according to NBC News again. He had surgery in 2007, according to Rutgers magazine, and then he got out of the hospital for an abdominal operation. So he had an abdominal operation. So I'm going to ask you, what did he have the abdominal removal operation for?
Well, I'm gonna ask you before I let you go. Why did you say he had some heart stuff, and now you just act like you didn't say that?
Okay, let me go back to. I didn't act like I didn't say that. I don't know where you just made that up, but let me go back to what it said about him. Said he had prostate cancer.
You didn't just say he had heart issues?
I never denied that. I never denied that.
Did you just say he had heart disease or something?
Yeah.
Well, why are you not reading that?
Okay, let me read that then. Heart attack. In 2013, Farrakhan reportedly suffered a heart attack, according to the ADL.
According to who?
The ADL.
Who is the ADL? Let the people know who the ADL is.
Isn't that the Jewish?
What is the word The letters ADL means what?
Anti-Defamation League.
So they're the experts on Farrakhan's health condition.
Well,
are they doctors? Are they Farrakhan's doctors?
No, they're not his doctors. They were once. They taught him. They taught him.
Are they telling
how
the
to play the
truth?
violin.
Are they telling the truth?
I don't know.
Then why are you repeating it?
I said what the source was. You asked me for the source, right? Didn't you ask me for the source?
Where's your wife at?
You know I ain't got a wife. Why are you so concerned about my personal life if you got one?
Because you over here talking to me when you should probably be talking to your wife.
That don't make no sense, brother.
and
I know
children
you done
over here.
said you done said that 3 or 4 times. I'm just wondering why you so interested in my personal life
Because I think you're wasting. I think you're wasting your life talking to me. I think you're wasting your life on social media when you don't have a family. Like I can be on social media because I actually have a family.
Okay, so if that's the case, why did you send me the link to come here to talk?
I sent everybody the link. I didn't send you.
I didn't ask you that. I didn't ask you that.
I didn't ask you that.
I didn't ask you that, Cam. I asked, why did you send it to me? I didn't say everybody else. I said, why did you send the link to me?
I didn't send the link to you. I didn't send that link to you.
You said that earlier, Cam.
No, I sent the link to me. To everybody.
No. You sent the link directly to me. Let's go back. Okay, let's go back. Let's go back right here and let's scroll back. You're Adrian X, right?
Why would I be Adrian X?
You claimed to be Adrian X before.
Wow. And you say you're not on medication, right?
Did you not say that you were Adrian, that you sent me the link? Did you not say that?
Brother, can you take your glasses off? Let me see what you look like without your glasses.
And you are so concerned about me, about what I look like.
Lean into the camera like this so we can see. I want to see something.
No, I ain't gonna do all that.
Why not? It's just us.
No, because you being sort of funny.
No, that's because
you being sort of different.
I mean, what's wrong with different? Like that's not like rainbow stuff, but the eyes is the window.
That's
to
what
the
it's
soul.
seeming like. It's seeming like rainbow stuff to me.
Oh, well, you can leave.
Do you want me to leave?
You don't want to. You don't want to be on some rainbow stuff.
No,
right?
I. Is this rainbow stuff?
That's what you call it.
I'm asking you a question.
The eyes are the window to the soul. I like to see people's eyes. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, well that makes sense. That makes sense. You can't see my eyes now?
Yes, that's why I asked you to take your glasses off. Because I want the people to see.
Can we get back on subject?
It wasn't a subject, was it? What was the subject?
The subject was about Farrakhan and the heart attack that I said he had a heart attack, and me looking up another source besides the ADL. That was the subject, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I listened good.
So you're not on no medication, no psychiatric medication?
No, I'm on supplements. You know.
You've never been on psychiatric medication?
Nope. No. I don't know why you want to keep making me crazy. I don't know why.
No, I'm not making you crazy. You ever been in the military? Have you been in the military? Nope. You never been in the military?
Never been in the military.
You never played sports?
Yeah, I played sports.
What sport did you play?
Football.
What was your position?
Defensive tackle.
High school, college?
High school, no college.
Why you didn't go to college?
I did go to college, but I just didn't play sports there.
What you go to college for? Anthropology, you said, something like that?
Yep, you remember. You never been to college, huh?
Nah, never been to college.
Why not?
Because I didn't believe in it.
Why didn't you believe in it?
Because I got critical thinking skills. Like I seen that college is a scam.
So people go to college don't have critical thinking skills?
I said, you asked me what I didn't go. I can't tell you why somebody else don't go.
No, but I'm asking you a question. I'm asking.
I don't speak for. What are you talking about? I don't know. I don't know what they.
You just made a statement. You just made a statement saying that people who go to college don't have critical thinking skills. Correct?
No, I said I didn't go because I have critical thinking skills. Do you see the difference?
Okay, so now you're clarifying it. So yeah, well, people who go to college do have critical thinking skills, usually more than the average person that doesn't go to college.
What's your proof of your superior critical thinking skills?
What's my proof of it?
What's your proof that you have superior critical thinking skills than than me that didn't go to college.
Okay, number one, I know when in a debate, I know what a lot of fallacies are. You don't.
I said your proof. I didn't say
that is proof.
Just talk. Talk is not proof. What do you have to show for it? What did you do with your superior critical thinking skills? Not what are you talking about? What did you do with it? What did you do with your life?
What did I do with my life?
Yeah.
Well, what does that got to do with critical thinking skills? Those are two different things.
That's how you prove whether somebody's superior than somebody else. Yes, it is.
No, you see, that's what I'm saying. That's why
there's no superior. There's no such thing as superior rank of human beings.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
See, see that whole diatribe that you went through right there. You switch from one subject to another subject to another subject.
Yes.
Instead of sticking with one subject.
The brain is actually able to do that. Isn't that fascinating?
It's able to do that. It's able to do that. But the brain is also able to conjure up a scheme to murder people. Is that right?
Well, this is where you have to leave, brother, because I don't know where I guess, like y'all say, that's the COINTELPRO. You have to lead to some type of federal crime that we're not going to be participating with. So, Brother John is gone. It took him long enough to get to the type mischief-fed bait type content that he was trying, I guess, sent to get there, sent to come with. But yeah. Yeah. Anyway, like, subscribe, share. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to make it entertaining for y'all. But this is like, if he didn't show up until he's seen that I was, passionate about a certain thing that I was wrestling about regarding Farrakhan and people like him that's talking bad about Farrakhan. Then he came out of nowhere. He popped up like, yeah, this is my time. He was waiting for his little double Dutch entry and shit. Oh, it's right. Get him now. Go now and shit. So he thought he was going to be able to emotionally manipulate me or trigger me or influence me to say something that it looked like I was about to say before he got on. So I had to recognize that. So instead of running from the foolishness, I like to lean into it and run to the foolishness and accept the exercise. Accept the exercise. At first I like, nigga, get up out of here. But then no, I see that this is the God, my father telling me, no, this is a little punching bag, a little gym, a little speed bag. Like, don't run from it. I know you tired, but these is them championship, rounds that you you exhausted and shit. That's when it really counts. That's when your workout begins and shit, when you exhausted. So hopefully y'all appreciate that little session. You still there, Madon?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
I'm still in the house, man. That was a little interlude. You know what I'm saying? It was a little. Yeah, John he's definitely an interesting character, man.
Yeah, John Witherspoon, John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt, whatever that is.
Yeah, he definitely.
His name is my name too, ass nigga.
Yeah, that's definitely Pops.
Yeah. Oh man. Lil Maddox, John wearing a wire. John is the wire. John is the wire.
Yeah, I mean, it goes to show you how slander is so dangerous, man. So I feel your passion, man. Like, because the slander that that a lot of these brothers that spread about the NOI, it has a lot of people take that and run with it. I said a lot of people running with a lot of false narratives that people paint. What I'm saying, about the NOI instead of just fact checking. What I'm saying, so I feel you.
Yeah, but just to be a loser, like, if you have nothing to show for your life and then you find your way over here, to critique or criticize or whatever you be doing over troll me, like, that's an interesting place to end up in your life. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The paths of so many paths for you to end up over here trolling me when you don't have no success in life, you don't have a family, you have no children, no loved ones, no black organization, no brotherhood, no homies, like, and you just end up over here at 59 years old, 2025, trolling Cam. That is incredible right there. That is that's really
out like that, man. It make that look real suspect. Yeah, man.
And he probably don't even know, like, you know, Manchurian candidates and MK Ultra, you know, patients, they don't know that that's what's happened to him. So I don't really like necessarily fault him. He don't even know what he's doing. He don't realize, you know, what he's even doing. So even though we make fun and, you know, we cheerful and we roast him a little bit, but I really feel for him. I feel kind of sad and bad for him. And that's why I don't try to just block him, because I think, you know, if he stay on long enough over here, something is going to click. You know what I mean? Because really we want attention. We want attention, and we want to be acknowledged. And if somebody that you might look at or admire as a quality mind acknowledges you one-on-one, and I bring you on and I call you by your name so you know, and then I tell you certain things that I remember about you. Oh yeah, so you remember. Yeah, I remember. Because really you're a God. You're my God brother, but you possess right now. You know, you captive by the demons or whatever. So I'm not just trying to throw him in the trash. But that's one thing. That's one scenario. And then you got the Tazariak type scenario. You know, Jesus could be like, forgive them, Lord. They know not what they do. I know he don't know what he's doing. I know he's not even in his right mind. But then you got the other camp that do know exactly what they're doing. They not forgiven. Those is the blasphemers against the Holy Spirit. They not forgiven. Don't forgive them, Lord. These niggas know what they doing.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at. I'm not saying that God should destroy them. I don't know what God's punishment is. He might not punish them at all, but I'm not forgiving them, and he's saying he not forgiving them. Right?
Yeah, that's real, because, you know, they cast the first stone.
Yeah, that's all you're gonna believe in something. you're gonna learn today. You're gonna learn the rules of Muslim engagement. You're gonna learn. And that goes for verbal, physical, financial, whatever, you know. We peaceful people. But if you slander, the first thing he tried to jump out there was the Elijah Muhammad or something like that, PDF, you know, was his wives underage. No. Like, but what have you heard? What receipts do you have?
Right.
Niggas be bold. So that kind of stuff, like, even though you out of your mind, you know, we don't take it personally, but that can get you, well, you already cursed. He's clearly cursed already. Your brain is clearly fried. So nothing that I tell you is going to hurt you no worse than was already hurting you for you to even be over here.
Yeah, that's real, because he came up arrogant, like he just knew for a certainty, like he knew what he was standing on. He was just super positive on it. He knew right and exact, like, you know, so he came up here real arrogant and boastful within this.
Yeah, it's like Chess Move said, he absolutely made me uncomfortable. If y'all watched him too, you could see the spirit, like, you know what I'm saying? Not, and when I say spirit, I mean the emotional condition that he's in. He's in a hell. He's in a, you know, a dark confusion place, a miserable place. You could see it in his eyes. That's what I wanted to, you know, see his eyes for. And it made me uncomfortable because he was uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? He's being tormented. So that made me uncomfortable, not because he's the devil, but because he's possessed by the devil. And I don't like to see my people that possessed. You know what I'm saying? I think the way I look at it, I think that he sees the God in us. He sees that God, that brotherhood. He sees the thing that he wants to have a, you know, a brotherhood or relationship where he see that in me. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I don't want to just push him away and run him away and then like that. But yeah, he made me nervous, because I could see the instability in him. I could see the instability, the unsettled mind, or the detached mind in him. I know that. I'm familiar with family members with psychosis and schizophrenia and all of that. I know what I'm looking at. You know what I'm saying? I can tell a detached consciousness. So I don't want to really say nothing that's going to really even trigger him to go, certain extreme direction, even against himself.
Yeah, it seems like he wanna. It seems like he know what's going on. He know the truth, but it seems like it's just some, I guess, whatever it is, any parasite or something. It's still he'd rather put up resistance rather than come in humbly and just ask sincere questions and you know what I mean. But I don't know.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's the demon. It's the and when I say demon, meaning being controlled by unnatural or unnatural or unhealthy influences. So of course parasites, worms and parasites is unhealthy and unnatural. And then if your hormonal balance is off, your chemical balance, your it's a neurotoxic environment is off balance, then it's gonna translate to negative. Mostly, like a lot of times, if you see somebody with mental illness, it's to the negative. They're upset. You know what I'm saying? They're irritated. Their mental illness is an irritation. You seldom find like dementia patients or Alzheimer patients that's just pleasant. That's just happy. Like they might not remember now. They might be in their childhood, stuck in their childhood, but they happy, they cheerful and giggly or whatever. You don't really see that much because that illness or that curse is a negative one. So people is upset. They mean, they bitter, they angry, they frustrated, they depressed. That the whole negative spectrum, the spirit spectrum, the spirit meaning the emotional spectrum is all negative. So if somebody just shows up negative for no good reason, now that they possessed by some kind of demon, some parasites. When I say demon, I don't mean no ghosts or spooks. They possessed by trauma or poisoning, which either came from, violence or it came from heartbreak or it came from chemical imbalance caused by parasites or all of the above. So I don't just be quick to, clown them or get rid of them or whatever like that. It's a part of him that's awake, that's intelligent, that's God, that he comes over here because of that. You know what I'm saying? It's like the instinct part of you, the God instinct. Every other part of you is conquered and totally controlled, zombie control, but it's still a God part of you that brings you over here. So I don't want to run you off. I don't want to be like chapter 90 or chapter 91 or 81 or something in the Quran. He frowned. I don't want to frown at him because he tapping up, looking like he causing a nuisance. Nah, it's something I'm supposed to learn here. Even when I was upset, he showed up when I'm at my most upset to see if I'm a frown and wave him off. Like, get out of here, nigga. No, you probably need me the most. You probably need to be over here and get on this live and let people see that I'm concerned about you. I'm gonna give you attention. You probably need that more than all of us. So let me shake my little emotional childishness shit off. It'll take me a few minutes. Let me shake it off, but I'm gonna bring you on, let you speak your piece. But then if you get to saying, federale type violent stuff, then I'm not gonna block him though. I'm not gonna ever block him. Because I see him crying out or reaching out. He's saying that I called him. Yeah, I did call you. I did call you. Spiritually, I did call you. But yeah, man, these here campaign show lives with Madon commit, like, they go in all kind of different directions, don't they?
Hey, most definitely, man. It's a good thing, because you never know.
And
You
I
never
just
know who's gonna show up.
yeah, nobody else shows up. That's the mentality, mental level of people that show up. The ops got to be in that condition for them to show up over here.
Yeah,
So,
man.
damn, it was something about to say. I forgot. John 59 and played football when they wasn't checking helmets. Yeah, the CTE helmets. This is hard.
That's funny.
Same day parlay. Yeah, 59. I hope to be happy and fulfilled, or just serving a purpose. He's serving a purpose, but serving your greatest purpose. You know what I'm saying? We want to find what our greatest purpose is and be found fulfilling it and doing it. And that's what I want. I want John to be, to crack through that, to break that spell and regain or find your purpose. I know that, he's suffering from parasites. I know that. You know that. Because if I'm suffering from them, you damn sure suffering from them. So it's just about being patient and tolerant. And if he had a following, it'd be different. If he had a following and he was organized, and like I said, I knew he knew what he was up to. He knew what he was doing. That would be different. But the fact that he don't have nothing, then I don't want to, I want to be his brother. I want to be his brother to the best, of my ability, to whatever percentage, whatever degree I can be his brother. But yeah.
Yeah, that's real, man. He might just tap back into his passion of anthropology or something,
Right. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to be contributing to some extreme crash out or nothing like that. So John, you cool with me over here? You always good with me? I just can't let you talk about no violent federale, red rummin, or whatever you was about to say. Some shit you start trying to say. I'm gonna definitely get you up out of here every time you go there. You see, I didn't do that when you thought you was talking about some PDF file, Elijah Muhammad. Like, that don't hurt me. That's not running me off. Let's talk about it. But you went to some clear YouTube strike, YouTube community strike violation subjects, and we're not doing none of that over here.
Yeah, you would. Yeah, that was crazy.
Anything, man, on your mind? Anything on your current event radar, Madon? You want to speak on?
Well, I've been let's see, few things. Well, everybody's still pretty much upset with Donald Trump and stuff like that. But I'm just interested in seeing what China, like everybody's saying, China is pretty much saying well, basically, I guess I seen what they was exposing. It was a Chinese guy exposing how all these big name brand bags that a lot of our women like to buy, that'd be $20,000. He was showing how, it's all made in China, but they take it, they take it and just put a different name on it or whatever. Man, I thought it was hilarious.
Man, the knockoffs, they all was knockoffs. They wasn't. None of them wasn't made in Italy at all.
Oh man,
dang.
That's just sad. All that money.
Righteous by Nature say karate demonstration, the People's Podcast. Well, right now or another day? You talking about the kung fu or karate? You talking about? Is he doing it tonight, or are you talking about the episode yesterday or day before yesterday? Shouts out to my brother Joshua, the People's Podcast. Everybody go over there and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Tell him Brother Cam sent you at the People's Podcast, Brother Joshua. He be really getting it in, putting it in. And a very beautiful young brother, very beautiful soldier spirit. But you know, he bought that life too. He bought that action. You know, the most humble, beautiful spirit brothers be the ones you don't want to mess with, you don't want to play with. So shouts out. And of course, shouts out to student minister emeritus, Brother Sharif, Minister Sharif, regional Minister Sharif, Abdul Sharif Muhammad, and the whole family, my bro Chill, William Muhammad, you know what I'm saying, Joshua, and you know his brothers and sisters. Them is my folks. Oh, tonight? Oh, okay, yeah, I didn't see it, so I tap in on it. Shouts out to also my young bro Elijah Farrakhan. He real tough on the martial arts. I used to be all right once upon a time, but you know, I got over it. No, just kidding. Nah, I just don't like the idea of putting them kind of hands or feet or whatever on our own people. That really sickens me to my stomach. You know, if you really ever had to do something real bad to your own people, that's a, you know, I'm just not interested in that. And if you make us interested in it, then you deserve it. And it'd probably be the last thing you be interested in. So it's not for play, it's for keeps, it's for forever. So just leave that alone. That's why I ain't like talking physical tough talk and all that. And all these niggas talking about running fade. Let's run from there. I'm not running no fades with nobody. I don't play that. If it's physical, it's gonna be all the way physical. Just let's leave all the physical, tough, violent, tough talk. I don't do that. I don't play that with black people. You know. So just keep it verbal or keep it spiritual or whatever. I don't do none of that physical stuff to you know, that's tempting God. That's tempting God. I don't play that.
Hey, that's 100, man.
Chuck's grandson, how can the black community get past the infiltration? Because it seems like that's the brown man's biggest problem to move forward is not getting along with self. Just a question. The brown man? why you got a problem with saying the black man? I sound like John now. He done rubbed off on me, John Witherspoon. That's a fallacy, brother. You know what I'm saying? Why you calling him the brown man? Why you scared to say the black man? How can the black community get past the infiltration? Because it seems like that's the brown man's biggest problem to move forward. So you saying that the black man problem is the brown man? I don't understand that. Chuck, I don't understand exactly what the question is. So are you saying that? Yeah, I don't even want to speculate. Because you brown, right? Then yeah, but why you say black though? If you saying because I'm brown, like, why did you say how can the black community? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm saying.
Yeah, man, that's I'm kind of lost on that. I'm like, he should have just said it's NAACP
or just say brown all the way together. You know,
colored people.
Yeah. I'm under attack. Can I message you? Dawn, absolutely. Hit me on my Instagram, my DM. Or I think you could put some comments backstage or whatever. I think this is how this works, but yeah, Dawn, you can definitely you say you under attack by who? A YouTube attack, verbal attack, debate attack. Yeah, you definitely can hit me if that's what you're talking about. I don't know about the physical. I don't know if I can do nothing about the physical attack from where I'm at. I don't think this might want to call 911.
Maybe it's spiritual.
Yeah.
You know. But I was watching I was going to ask you a quick question. I seen old boy I think his name Eric Muhammad, Baby Khaled. I think he called him. But yeah, he was talking about the mother plane, and he was saying how different scientists built it in different areas. They all worked on it, different parts of it in different areas, but they didn't know what each other was working on. What part, or something to that effect. You know.
Say that again. Was that a a question?
Yeah, he was saying the brother Eric Muhammad, Baby Khaled, he was saying how these different scientists way back when they was working on the mother plane, different scientists in different areas was working on different parts of the mother plane.
Right.
And all of them didn't know. Each group didn't know what the other one was working on.
Yeah, I heard that. What you said that sounded crazy.
Nah, I was just wondering, is that I know he's within the NOI, so I was just wondering who was he writing these at?
Well, that's what Elijah taught.
Okay, yeah.
Elijah Muhammad taught that it didn't. It don't mean that they didn't know what they was working on necessarily, but some of them didn't. It depends on what he used them for. So it wasn't necessary for them to know, but if he gave all of them, compartmentalized tasks to do and made sure that they was compensated, greatly for whatever they did, and he gave them the materials or the methodology about how to put whatever together or whatever, then that makes sense. That's how the devils do their thing right now. That's how Lockheed and Northrop and all these, aerospace engineering, weapons programs, they do their thing the same way based on that same principle, because you can't, unless you're the supreme architect of the whole thing, only you know the big picture, because you gotta keep fail safe. You can't, you can't let nobody know exactly what the full thing is, because it's not for them to know. If they were supposed to know, then they would be the architect. They would be the mastermind behind it.
Yeah, that's real. Yeah, I was just wondering. It was interesting because I heard some of the stuff he said before, but it was interesting. Some of the things he was saying, but I know he don't agree with Farrakhan.
Yeah, that's cool, and he can't draw flies to Boo Boo. So what he don't agree with don't seem like it make much difference. So until he's able to do greater work shall ye do, till he able to even get anywhere on the radar, on the Richter scale and shit, I don't think nobody's worried about what he's talking about. Chuck's grandson, I meant brown because we're brown, but we call ourselves black. It's not hard to understand. I'm not even remembering what you asked me, but talk black to me. Talk black to me as the most biting sucker MC, biting somebody else's rhyme slogans if I never heard it.
Yeah, I used to listen to the brother years ago, and what used to crack me up, this was probably like 2012, 2013. I can't remember exactly what year, but I remember he used to be like, "Y'all all right?" But it wouldn't be nobody in the audience.
He talking to the seats, talking to the chairs.
Yeah,
y'all all right. Chucks, hop on the live. I just put the link up. I'm gonna get off of here in a few minutes. I've been on here almost 3 hours now. Chuck's grandson, hop on the live with me real quick and let me know what you're asking me. I'm not sure, because we turned into black versus brown and why we, so whatever you want to ask me, I'll answer it, and then I wanted to ask you why you have a problem with the word black, and do you know why we call ourselves black? Do you know our origin? Do you know who the original people of this planet is and what their color is? What their hair color is, what their eye color is, what our skin color used to be, what our nature is, why we're dark.
Sound like, to me, in my opinion, I think sound like he's going by that new wave of it's been a new wave within the last 5-6 years of people saying, black is a social construct,
Yeah, I don't want you to give him no coaching or no ideas. I want to hear what his thing is, his reason for it is. Because everybody, people that take that position got different excuses or reasons, but it all comes down to just being able to rebel. You know what I'm saying? To act like you're something special or you're different, and you don't go along with the masses, and we wasn't the masses. You just now getting into this. You might be Johnny come lately, but nobody was calling themselves black. It was the Nation of Islam. It was the Honorable Elijah Muhammad that was going against the grain, calling ourselves black. We the ones, Elijah Nation is the ones that popularized that. That wasn't no mass thing. It's mass now. So let's talk about why we're black. Let's talk about why your hair is black, why your eyes is black, why your skin's black. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, that's real, man. Because what do you think about the Moors who said black? Oh, my man, I'll let the brother go ahead.
Peace.
What's going on, bro?
Oh, you got it. Can you turn your volume down? Whatever device, turn the other device off or turn it down, because while it's playing, it's going to give me like a 5-second delay. So you got to turn whatever that's on in the background, turn that volume down.
All right. How's it sound now?
I think you might be on time. Yeah. So what was you asking about black? What's going to take for black people? Huh?
I'm on a laptop, man. So
Yeah. You got YouTube on. Yeah, you got YouTube volume up somewhere else. You got YouTube on somewhere else that is feeding back.
Okay, let me see. Let me try to figure this out, man.
But you can go on and say what you want to say. I'll just be quiet.
Bear with me. No, man. I'm just a brother that's trying to learn, man. I usually listen. I don't do too much talking, but
what happened?
Let me try to find it, man. Let me try to find that value. Okay, yeah, no, I'm just trying to learn. You know what I'm saying? The information, everybody don't get the information, right?
Get what information?
Just I see it is a delay though, but I'm just trying to see how we can get past the infiltration of the black man. And I say, I say black because we know everybody's been calling themselves black. But when I look at myself in the mirror, I look at you on the screen, we both look brown. You know what I'm talking about? In the comments, the brother said Asian, the Hispanic, they look tan to me. They don't look brown, they look tan to me.
So, but what was your question though? How
does the black man get past the infiltration? Because it seems like we've been infiltrated.
Infiltrated by who?
By the black man, right? So some of us
infiltrated by the black man.
By us, man, people that look like us. Because it's like if you're gonna follow God, if you're a godly person,
hello.
Yeah, no, I'm hearing myself.
Yeah, you gotta turn.
It's kind of messing me up. It's like a delay.
Yeah, you gotta turn. You got YouTube on two places or something. You got to turn your YouTube off and only listen to the StreamYard.
Okay, hold on. Let's see.
So the StreamYard link that you're talking to me on, just only have that. Take the tab off of YouTube.
Okay,
Take
I
that
think I
off.
got it. I think I got it.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, man. Those are that's the question, man. It's just like, you know, I'm from South Central Los Angeles. I'm born and raised in the jungles. I just turned 51 years old. I was raised Baptist. I've never been incarcerated. I used to call myself the Los Angeles Emmett Smith because I was jumped by like 20 gang members from the jungles. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Okay, yeah. So I'm not a part of a gang or nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Never been incarcerated, but I'm of South Central. You know, I stay in the hood.
Right.
Just yesterday, I went to the Supernaturals lowrider function because I low ride.
Right.
But I'm just trying to figure out how can we as Black people get past. It's like we wasting time. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm a godly man, a God-fearing man. And I just can't understand. It's like we need to weave out some of the Black men, because if we're not trying to be on God's plan, do what we're supposed to be doing, that's why it just seems like that's why we fail it. You know what I'm saying? It's like all this stuff that's going around, we see it all on the TV, the news. You see a new president, you see the Jews, the white man going at it and all this, and we still out here on some BS, right? Which, like I say, I was raised Baptist, but I used to ask my pops, why are we not following Farrakhan? You know what I'm talking about? Why he the only one look like he trying to save the Black man? Why we got all these churches in? You know what I'm talking about? Why we can't get on one accord? Because I feel like if we all got on one accord, we can really see what God wants us to do. We can connect, because our connection is just all messed up, right? It's like we broken. It's like the red lining. You got go around the corner, you got the 40s, you got the 30s, you got BPS, you got Venice Showline, you got Inglewood family, and all this is like a disconnect for the Black man. We killing each other. We need to be getting along all around the board so we can do what we're supposed to be doing. So it seems like that's why I say infiltrated. This is like we infiltrated by ourselves because we can't get past that. And shit, I'm 51. I just turned 51. I got jumped when I was 13. The same shit still going on. You know what I'm saying?
Is that infiltrated by ourselves, or is that us being infiltrated or possessed by somebody else, some other people?
Well, the way I look at it is like it's ourselves, because how long does it take us to understand and see what's going on? I mean, it's like at one point, at some time, we got to say, man, what we've been doing is not it. This shit is not working. Now, so I got homies that's from the gangs.
Let me ask
both
you
sides. I don't pick and choose. You know what I'm saying? I try to get along with everybody, but that too right there get you hurt out here. You know what I'm saying?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
So you say, yeah, you say you was born and raised in the Bible, right? And in Christianity, just like I was, right?
Yeah.
Why did it take 400 years? Why did it take 400 years? You know, why wasn't we only enslaved for 400 days? Why did it take 400 years for us to get out of this?
Shit, I don't even think we out of it though. Are we out of it?
That's my point. So if it's in the Bible, if you believe in God, because it's going to be a God and devil issue.
Right.
So why did God say in your Bible that it's going to be 400 years? We're going to be in this condition for 400 years.
Well, what I think I understand is that we being punished, right? We
punished for what?
For being disobedient. I believe that's what it is. Of not.
Like, so you said slavery is a punishment?
Well, you know.
If that's the case, why did God make devil? Why did God create the devil if it was a punishment? The devil been here for 6,000 years or
right. But tell me this: was the devil cast down to earth?
The devil was always on earth. What you think?
Okay,
heaven?
so listen.
Let's talk about that. Those is good concepts. So if you going by Bible concepts, you know the Bible has been tampered with, right?
Right. Correct.
Do you believe it's been tampered with, or you think it's all?
Well, you know, I know I heard that there was a whole lot of chapters missing. You know what I'm talking about? So we're not getting the full original Bible.
Right. So if one word is added or taken from it, the whole book should be thrown out.
Right.
Right.
Correct.
So what was we just saying about the devil? So the devil exists. You believe devil exists, right?
I believe the spirit exists. I mean, if there's
what is a spirit?
If he's a physical being, I don't know. But spiritually wise, I say, because you have people out here doing things that, you know, I wouldn't want to see happen to you.
Was we always doing it?
Say that again.
Was we always doing it? Did spirits enslave us for 400 years?
Well, you know what, man? You know, I don't have all the answers, but I have heard.
I'm not expecting you to have all the answers. I'm just asking you one question at a time. So I don't want you to get overwhelmed.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
I might seem overwhelmed a little bit because I'm new to this
right.
On live type of stuff.
Yeah, it's all good. But did spirits enslave us for 400 years? Was we on spirit ships? Or was
I'm
we
only
on slave
51,
ships?
man. I can't answer that. I can't answer that question. You know
you
what I'm saying?
Can't answer that question. What's your last name?
Because I'm only 51. I'm learning, man. I'm learning.
What's your
here. Hold up. Let me say something.
Listen, bro.
Let me just say something, man.
No. Listen. What's your last name?
My last name is Jackson, but I'm supposed to be a Robinson.
Okay, no, stop.
All right.
So Jackson and Robinsons ain't two white slave master names?
They probably are. They probably are. I think they
probably are. They probably are. Are you from England?
No, hell no, I'm not from England. I'm from
Why you speak English?
California.
Why you speak English?
I was taught.
Okay, then. Is Jackson your name, your real name?
Well, my dad is supposed to be a Robinson.
Is Robinson your dad's real name?
It's his real name, but now he takes over.
Master's name.
Oh, well, it's probably the slave master's name.
No, probably to it. Why is it got probably when you know you not?
Listen, Cam. This is just my conversation. You probably more knowledgeable than me, so I'm not here to get into an argument. I'm here to listen.
No, it's not an argument. I'm asking you questions that it's easily for you to answer. Like you saying probably.
Obviously, it's not that easy. So because I'm saying probably, and then you questioning me on probably. So I'm not saying the right things that you want to hear. But
no, it's not the right things. Period.
Okay. Well, okay. I can dig that. I can dig that because see, I'm here to learn. I'm here to listen, and I'm here to learn. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know it all. But
well, I'm trying to. So it's not about me telling you something. Like if you really trying to help somebody grow, I don't push the weights up for you. I might be there to spot you, but I'm there to make you push the weights up. I'm not here to answer.
And I'm gonna push it.
But that's why I'm asking you questions so you can exercise your own brain. Don't just think I'm gonna do the answers for you.
No, I can.
I know the answers. I'm already in shape.
Okay, and you know what? That's good. That's good conversation. That's good because you are in shape and I'm out of shape.
I'm talking about mentally with this information.
I'm talking about mentally and physically.
But the point though is I'm telling you why I'm trying to inspire you to answer the question. I'm trying to give you reps or give you some weight for you to push up because I know you can push it up.
No, and I did that.
Say, you know, I don't really work out. I don't care if you never work out or not. I know the human body. I know you can push up this amount of weight if I put it on the bar. If you never worked out in your life, I know you could push this up.
I can dig it. So me might saying the wrong thing in conversating with you. I said probably, right? And you said, and you return conversation. Well, why probably? Okay, so maybe I shouldn't have said that. See, that's why I like to listen instead of just talking, because I don't want to say the wrong thing to somebody.
But don't be scared of saying the wrong thing. It's not wrong with that. Don't be scared to make no mistake or wrong. Like, that's actually how you get right.
Okay, I can dig it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it ain't no, it's wrong answers, but it's not no wrong spirit. You ain't on no funky ass spirit. Like, you on a real respectful man, time, energy spirit. So even if you got something wrong, we don't even call it wrong. We call it very near correct.
Okay.
It's very near correct. It's not exactly correct. It's very near correct. So it ain't no beef, because like I said, your energy is already on 100 on righteous energy stuff. So, but as far as the black, or what was we talking about?
Well, we was talking about black and brown. I think I said black community, then I said brown, because me.
If you were talking about the infiltration, so I don't want to get caught up on black and brown. I just was jabbing at you or whatever. But the bigger picture was you was talking about we infiltrated, and I was trying to show you. You said we infiltrated by our own people, but that's not the definition of infiltration. Infiltration means a foreigner that still got playing you like remote control, like they still controlling you, even if it's centuries away or centuries old, or even if it's it been going on all your life. It's the same infiltration.
Okay, so I thought infiltration was like, and I thought infiltration was like people coming in. Say it's a group, right?
Right.
Say it's like the Muslims, right?
Right.
And then somebody comes in that looks just like y'all, and then put on, join the nation, but then is not really for the same cause as you guys are, and then try to mix everything up and turn you guys against one another. I thought that was being infiltrated.
Yeah, that's not that's a definition of infiltration, but we look at the big picture. We look at the big picture, meaning that we was already infiltrated for the last 400 something years.
Okay, all right.
We already is mentally dead zombies that don't know ourselves, don't love ourselves, can't unite, can't recognize ourselves. So if anything, instead of infiltration, is more of somebody can turn. They can be turned.
Okay.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of our enemies are, like Judas. Judas didn't infiltrate Jesus. He really was with him at one point, but he got turned.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's our problem. We get turned. We can recognize fakers or infiltrators are like, nigga, where you from? Who you like? You know what I'm saying? Nigga, somebody gonna know something about you, but it's them day ones that's gonna roll, that's gonna turn over, that you didn't expect that.
Okay, right.
I didn't know that you went and start meeting with them alphabet boys. Like, you know what I'm saying? We done did all kind of dirt together. We done did this. We done cried together, and we done did this together. But something happened in your life personally that I wasn't aware of that caused you to sell me out without me knowing it.
Okay. But then what if that person came in with the intentions to do something already? You know what I'm saying?
That's like, not, that was in God's army, in God's nation, yeah, like it's already checks and balances and fail safes. It's already stuff that infiltration can't even happen like that. Okay. Somebody gonna know something about you.
Okay, all right. Because see me, man, just living, just being here, man, just looking at everything through my eyes, man. I see, and I know a lot of brothers out here. Like I said, I'm born South Central Los Angeles. I was born in the jungles. I'm 51.
Right.
And I love my brothers, right? But it seems to me, and this is just my going on my own understanding, this is my mind, I see the gang members as God's soldiers, but they don't know that they God's soldiers, right?
That's
like
right.
They really strong. I mean, if you look at it, everybody wants to be like the gang members. I mean, it don't matter what you do. You get on the internet And if you pumping out something about gang, hood, I mean, everybody is interested and they want to be a part of that. But as soon as you start talking about God, righteousness, doing the right thing, being married, stuff like that, nobody want to hear it. You know what I'm saying? So to me, it's like the brothers that I'm surrounded around that I didn't grew up with, they're God's soldiers, but they don't know that they're God's soldiers, and they're almost like the ones that are keeping us down. It seems like to me, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, that's it, man.
No, I get it. I mean, I know exactly what you're talking about. My question, though, I got a question. Like, are you familiar with any FOIs, any Nation of Islams in that area? Because, you know, it's FOIs that's from the jungle.
Yeah, well, you know, I used to Shorty, rest in peace to Shorty from the Lynch Mob. That was my partner. He used to take me to the mosque, and it's a mosque in Inglewood, and we used to talk a lot. You know, he used to come through and see me and all that type of stuff, and we would have conversations on my porch and all that. But I think I went to the mosque and read one time. But I don't know, he probably was busy and doing other things. And then, like I said, I was a young dude, you know what I'm saying? So I was still going to church and all that type of stuff and just living my life, you know. But I haven't met anybody that I can keep on going with. You know, like I say, Shorty passed away. I don't know any other brothers. There's a couple times I reached out to you.
How did you meet Shorty?
Oh, let me see. How did I meet Shorty, man?
My point, though, you ain't got to really. My point, though, is if you surrounded in the jungles by people that you feel like is infiltrated, and your pop said, you know, or you asked him why you didn't join the nation, or you should, you know, or be in it, like, why do you stay away from the nation, the FOI, if you know that they are that kind of brotherhood or they represent that kind of brotherhood?
Well, we used to see the brothers outside all the time. You know what I'm talking about? You drive up and down the street.
You're not answering my question. I asked you.
Okay. What's keeping me is because I don't see anybody. I'm grown. I'm growing up. I got a wife now.
So listen to me. That's it. Those is excuses. So if you said Shorty took you somewhere, then, and you still see, you know, or even me, like if you know the mosque is on Vermont, I forgot, I don't know if that's off of Manchester, or I forgot exactly where it's at in LA right now. But
it's
if you know
off of Manchester somewhere though.
Yeah, but if you know if it's on Vermont, then why not pull up, you know what I'm saying, and see what the brothers is talking about, see what the vibe and the energy is like, and, you know, surround yourself with the type of brotherhood that you know that you feel comfortable with.
I don't want to make no excuses.
And I don't want you to. So
yeah, I don't want to make no excuses. It's just the time factor, and now I stay all the way out in the IE. You know what I'm saying?
It's a Mos 96 in the IE.
Yeah,
that's another excuse.
And then, like I say, I don't know any brothers. You know what I'm saying?
Well, so you didn't know Shorty.
I did know Shorty, but I can't even remember how me and Shorty connected.
So
but we did connect, and this was like in 90. This was like 90,
before, right? You've been to
like 90, 95, 94, 95, 96.
You've been to a mosque before, right?
One time.
So you know that is very welcoming. So why not go to the mosque that's closest to you in the IE?
Because I don't know where a mosque is.
So at 51 years old, you don't know how to ask a question. Where's a mosque in IE?
Who am I? Okay, well, I'm asking you, where's the mosque in IE? Because I don't know. I don't have any Muslim friends. I don't know any Muslim brothers. The only brother that I knew was Shorty.
No disrespect.
No, for sure. I'm not taking it like that, bro.
A whole lot of unnecessary excuses, back talk. Real men don't do that. Real men just say, you want the information. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I'm 100%
backstory. I
tried to reach out to you a couple of times, Cam. I think you was at Jim Gilligan one time in the jungles, and you talked to my big homie. His name was Coop. So I tried to reach out to you before. I met you one
Why?
time with
I
something with you.
understand that, but why you got to reach out for me if
Because you're I used to follow you. I used to, I bump your music. If you listen to if you go see my latest video, we playing Cam in the lowrider. You know what I'm talking about? So you
I
have put a
understand
big
that, and I appreciate that, but the FOI is way greater than me.
Okay.
They
No
way
doubt.
better than me.
Listen, Cam, I believe you. You know what I'm talking about? But I'm just talking about me individually.
I know, but you can't expect
person.
somebody to one-on-one spoon feed you or tutor you or something like that.
I'm not expecting that.
Listen,
I'm
to
not
what
expecting
I'm saying,
that at
bro.
all.
Because
I'm still gonna go to church. I'm still gonna.
Bro, why? If you're gonna go to church, why not go to the mosque?
Hey, because I know where the church is. I've been going to church since my pops and them
So
introduced me
where
to
did
the
you
church.
find out where anything was? Did you get information from a job or from lowrider parts and all of that, just because it landed on your front porch on your lap, or did you go research it? Did you go find out where these places are?
Well, I had a homie. I wanted to low ride. I had a homie that told me what to do and who to go see. I went.
Did you go see him?
I went and met Rat. I went to Supernatural.
Okay, well, I'm telling you where to go. I'm telling you what to do.
Say that again.
Just like I'm trying to tell you where to go and telling you what to do.
But you yourself said you don't know exactly where the mosque is in the IE, or
I told you could.
The mosque was
I told you how to do it though. All you got to do is go. All you got to do is. So go on, because I think you capping. So now I'm getting a little.
I'm not. Listen, bro, I'm not capping.
Hold on.
I ain't got no reason to lie.
Mute you, bro. I don't want to mute you. But I'm kind of getting offended because I don't believe that you can't type in Google right now and type in.
Oh no, I can. I'm sitting in front of a computer.
Well, why didn't you do it then?
Why haven't I done it?
Yeah, why you relying on like you got to wait for me or something? No,
I ain't gotta wait for you, Cam.
Why didn't you do it?
For you? You know what I'm talking about? I'm just here. Let me just say this. I'm here and I'm listening because I know you guys, the Muslims, are you guys seem like righteous brothers. So I'm drawn to this. I'm drawn to listening and learning. There's no cap in me, right? However I get to it, God's gonna lead me. Whatever way it goes. I'm not into.
So when you gonna reach out for the brothers?
The next brother I see, Muslim.
No, why you gotta wait till you see him? Why you just can't say I'm finna get off of this live with you right now, Cam, and get on live and type in.
You want to know why I ain't gonna do it right now? Because I'm supposed to be asleep at 7 o'clock. I got to get up.
Okay,
at
well
2 o'clock.
let me let you get to sleep, bro, because I'm gonna get off here. But just go on and do that. So I don't want to stand in your way. All right?
No, you ain't in my way, brother.
Peace and love, brother. Peace and love to you. You're gonna handle that. Now you don't have no excuse. I don't want to get in the way of God. You and your relationship with the God and the nation. So go on and handle that before you go to sleep. Madon, you there?
Yeah, no doubt. Salute, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you, brother. You got the last word.
No doubt, man. I said, the brother seems sincere, but at the same time, it ain't hard to Google. It ain't hard to find. Moss ain't hard to find, man. Anything in America that you pretty much want to look for.
That's if you're saying that you surrounded by dudes from the jungle that was beating you up and all of that, and they infiltrated. So if what you're searching for is a righteous brotherhood or a more righteous brotherhood or safer righteous brotherhood than what you got, then that's what to do. You know what I'm saying? You Madon, like that might not be your issue. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if that's your issue, you was getting beat up by the homies in your own hood and your own section or whatever, and they still tripping on you or whatever, then maybe you need to surround yourself with some righteous army of brotherhood that's not going, let that happen, or that's not going to do that to you or whatever. So I just like immediate solutions. I don't really want to hear the backstories and nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? I just want to provide the solution. Thank you, Big Zed. Thank you, Big Zed, for the cash app. I apologize because you can see I'm drained. Shit, I kind of drained a little bit. And then Dawn, like I see your message, Dawn, if you still there. I see your message on IG. So I'm gonna hit you on IG on this little IG phone. Dawn, not on my phone number, but on IG little chat when I get off here. But I apologize, Madon. You were saying something. I want you to get the last word.
Oh no, you good, Cal, man. The sister was she definitely asked something in sincerity. So and but no, I was just gonna say, to the brother, just like his book say, you can become a new person just by changing the way you think, So. Man, and that's my word for the night, man. You know what I'm saying? And if we do that, it works, because how we know it works, we see people come home from prison and all kind of stuff, and people be like, "Oh, you look like a new man." And
and people go to the gym for different reasons. Like, you don't have to go to the mosque to be a Muslim. People is there for the same reasons that you there, or that you was talking about. People want just a brotherhood. People just want somebody to talk to. People might be there just for the knowledge, or some people might be really there for the spiritual, whatever, People is in the gym for different reasons. Just be in the gym. Just go to the gym. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just go to the gym and you'll find different reasons to be there. Like, you know what I'm saying? But you can't go wrong by going to the gym if you need to be in shape. If you want to get in shape, that's it.
Yeah, it sounded like he had a lot of preconceived notions, and I think that's a lot of time we as a people. I know I get caught in my preconceived notions, thinking, "Oh well, this might happen or this that." No, just sometimes you just gotta take that step of faith, step out on faith for real.
Yeah, and it's not even a faith. I'm telling y'all, it's not no monster movie. It's not you got to be so holy and perfect and all of this. It's nothing. This is just your brothers. They of course they look militant and they look clean and they got structure, and you see them moving and saying yes sir and no ma'am and yes ma'am and all of that, but them is still your family. Like when all of the formalities is done and the meeting is over and this and that, like them is your people. Them is your heart muscles. Them is your people. Don't be scared of your brothers and sisters. You don't have to call yourself a Muslim. You not betraying Jesus by going to the mosque. We Christians, we believe in Jesus more than y'all do. We know Jesus. Like, you know what I'm saying? We trying to, so don't use none of these weak excuses. It ain't no big episode, no big production. You gotta get your mind ready and you gotta wear the right clothes and iron this out, and no, just go like you are. Tap in. You ain't gotta stay for the whole meeting. Just stop making it a big monster movie, big thing. It's nothing. Tap in, shake some hands. You might not stay for the whole meeting or whatever. Just, get some numbers or something. Let people know what you're going through. Like, man, that's your people, man. Stop making it seem like it's like church. I know disrespect. Like, this ain't no Marvin Sapp, like lock the doors and shit. We need your money type shit. Like,
hey man, that's so real, because man, you gotta go back in his book, because his book says, don't fear the faces of men. And I think a lot of times we get caught up in that. We fear the faces of men, and because they structured, it is more to that than just surface level, the faces of men. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So Chucks, you know what I'm saying? We love you, bro. I'm your bro. If I could do it, I would do it, but I can't. You always can get on here every day with me whenever you see me on, and but then I'm gonna be pressing you. Like, did you go today? Did you? Because if I see that you didn't make no effort to reach out and you didn't talk to no Muslim today, then I'm gonna be like, I ain't talking to you. That's gonna be the rules over here. You know what I'm saying? Your access to get on here and speak your piece and share whatever you want to share is gonna be directly contingent on, did you, you gonna have to tell me, who did you talk to today? Did you reach out for the brothers? Like, what did they tell you? And you know what I'm saying? So that's your access to me, Chucks. Your access to me is you tapping in with your nation and your brotherhood. You don't got to call yourself no Muslim, but just I want you to benefit from what I'm benefiting from. So that's that. And I know, again, for the last time, Madon Komet, you have the last word, brother.
No doubt, Cam. I appreciate it, man. I'm just gonna say peace and blessings, man, and let's continue to hold on to that which is good, and keep striving and looking for the God within you. You know what I mean? And salute, peace and blessings.
Peace and blessing to tomorrow. This is Brother Cam and Madon Komet, Campaign Show. Till tomorrow, God willing. Peace. We love y'all.
Peace.